to let you know is that sadly we've had to increase that post and packing per item, so it's gone up to $12.95 unfortunately, but good news, Freedom membership has remained the same at $19.99. What that means is you can place an order as often as you like during that calendar month. You could even place an order every single day, and there's no minimum and no maximum to those orders either, so it gives you the opportunity to take advantage of all those fabulous deals, those wonderful opportunities that we bring you here at Hochanda, now shipping again to you out in America. So take advantage of that. Make sure you become a Freedom member though. Take advantage of that saving.
Hi, I'm Hayley. Join me for some amazing Fabric Freedom shows. Fabric Freedom design all their fabrics here in the UK, and they design them with quilters in mind, so they're really good at picking out those unidirectional prints, really nice and small prints so you can work on smaller patchwork projects, and paste prints as well, which is one of their signature fabrics. They do lots more fabrics besides quilting cottons, so tune in to the Fabric Freedom shows here on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Lou from Studio Light. Studio Light has been around for about 40 years now. They're based in the Netherlands. It's a family-run business with a great heritage. The products that Studio Light bring us are very diverse, fantastic dyes, great papers, but all round on trend. Over the 40 years Studio Light have evolved. They listen to me, the demonstrator, and you, the customers, and really take our ideas on board. On the Hochanda shows, we'll share with you the diverse techniques and products will inspire you to produce your own individual pieces of artwork. So make sure you don't miss the Studio Light shows on Hochanda.
Hello everyone, I've got a minute or two to tell you why you should all be members of Hochanda Freedom. Did you know that with Hochanda Freedom you could be saving on your deliveries every month? For just a £6.97 monthly fee, you will benefit from unlimited standard delivery, which means the more you spend with us, the more you save. And you know the best bit? You can cancel any time. Becoming a member of Hochanda Freedom, you will also be able to take advantage of our exclusive Freedom member discounts, where you can save anything up to 20% on an already fantastic Hochanda price. Freedom members will also receive our exclusive members badge and Freedom newsletter, which will keep you updated with all the goings on behind the scenes. Just look at all these benefits for £6.97 per month. Over 10,000 of you are already members, and we thank you so much for being a part of our family and sharing your crafting passion with us. In fact, I'm now going to hand over to you to tell everyone else about your experience with Hochanda Freedom.
It's lovely because you have the special offers, don't you, that give you a nice discount off, sometimes up to 20%. I don't have to worry about the postage. I can spend a £5 on something that I've seen as and when I've seen it, or I can spend 20 or 30 or 50 pounds, it doesn't matter.
I get special offers, I get special discounts, they tell me when everything's happening, so if there's a special show I want to watch, then it's there.
Yes, you do save. If you buy like I do, you save.
You see? You could be a member instantly for £6.97 per month with no ongoing monthly obligation. So when you want to cancel, you can. Just give us a call or go to our website quoting the item number 88888. So don't forget, you get your unlimited standard delivery, exclusive Freedom discounts, members badge and a members newsletter. What are you waiting for? Join Hochanda Freedom today and become a member of the growing Hochanda family.
Well, good morning. We have got a very colorful and full of techniques show. We have got Lou Sims here in the building. Hello, Sue.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
Now, I was very excited to work with you because I love how you, with your knowledge of crafting, you always bring color and explain everything very well.
Oh, thank you. That's put me on the spot.
Oh, it is true. It is
No.
because, you know, you do explain how things work, how you make them work for you. And I think this is very important when it comes to Ranger, which is what we are featuring today, because you have got embossing glazes, we have got sprays, we have got, of course, crayons, and all that knowledge, and journals, and you know, we need your expertise to guide us, you know, a little bit of inspiration on what we can do with.
Yeah, I think it's just having fun, isn't it? Just play.
Yeah,
Just go for it.
Exactly, and of course, the first bundle that we have got is the crayon. Ranger Tim Holtz, you know those names, you know the amazing Tim Holtz 3D Distress watercolor crayon kit. Now, this is amazing because you are getting 6 distress crayons, and I'm going to just put the colors in here. Look at the beauty, look at the intensity of the color, and of course, they are water soluble, so you can create different effects with them. Then you have got the clear stamps, and I love because they are some images that they may have seen in red rubber from his collection, but now they are transferred into clear stamps, so it means that of course the versatility of them kind of expands. Then you have got some watercolor cardstock, and then you have got that acrylic block, which is very thin, so it means that you can make sure that you do partial printing. You're getting a water brush as well, a brush, and then you are getting archival in black distress. Now that means that it's a permanent marker, a permanent ink pad, so you can stamp these images and then bring water mediums into it. It's archival as well, which means that it's light fast, so it means that for anything that you do in memory albums and so forth, and they will be phenomenal. But also you are getting techniques in here. Direct watercolor, and you can see here the different techniques that you can achieve, and it's a phenomenal bundle because you are getting not only the products that you will have taught time and time and again, but you're also getting the inspiration on how to use these mediums, how to explore the possibilities. £32.99 is the price, £3.44 is the price, and of course, £3.44 is the saving. I was kind of trying to multitask and I failed. 756-383 is your item number. And of course, you know, Sulu will be showing us exactly what to do with them. Then moving down to embossing glazes. Now, this is a little bit different from an embossing powder in the sense that it's transparent, but it has got that colors. And those colors are, of course, from the Distress family. So you have got 2 options. So I'm going to go first with the Weatherwood option. You can see how it's transparent. So if you have got an image in here, the color will be amazing onto it. Depending what color you have got underneath it, it kind of changes slightly. You can see that as well. Vintage photo, and finally one of the darkest browns, which is walnut stain. So that beautiful distress effect. Look how it looks against those colors inks in there. And how you can use it, of course, is that also you can do droplets of and giving that glaze in here, so giving that depth and kind of glossiness. They are phenomenal. £19.99 is the price. The option number 2, or the other option, and actually you choose from, so it's not. Sets of 3, yeah. So right. So the other option is broken china, and then we have got fire brick, and then we have got fancy-less amber. Now, of course, one of the things that Lou was saying before the show, and this one exemplifies. So, for instance, you have got broken china, which is a blue glaze. You can see there, beautiful. But if you put it over yellow, of course, that transparency means that it becomes green, and of course, you have got that deeper, you know, purplish tone. So that kind of how you have got those abilities to change the colors in there. And then, of course, if you are using the fossilized amber in here, look at the gorgeous. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's just that glaze that kind of deepens the color, but also you can use it for other elements as well. You can see them here coming through with those yellow tones over the red sprays. Right, if you want to go for this, you remember you have got 2 options. £19.99 is the price, £3.92 is the saving, 566-645 is your item number. Now here I need to tell you that you're going to get 2 packs of this one, so you can see only one, and of course is the embossing pens. Now of course with this you can go into very small details if you want to do so. You can write your name, of course you can write, like for instance if you wanted to do something like this, so you can apply the embossing powder onto, or the embossing glaze into specific areas. That will make a lot of difference. Remember, you are getting 4 in total. £11.99 is the price. 849666 is your item number. Following on, you have got in here, of course, the embossing dower. Now this is one of the, you are getting 2 of them, and of course you have got that soft dower on the top, so that kind of dispenses that kind of fluidity of the embossing ink. Now that what it means is it will be sticky, so you can do things like that doing a swap of color, so you can see that kind of way of adding a lot of it. It's almost like having a super big brush of embossing ink. Now there's a lot of different techniques, and I'm sure Lou will show us. I'm trying to go as quickly as possible because I know we want to head back to Lou and see everything in action. And then, so if you want to go for, remember that you are going to get 2 of them. 283413 is your item number. £11.99 is the price. And then we have got the oxide sprays. Now we have got 2 options, 2 sets of 3. So we have got, again, we have got broken china, beautiful fray burlap, which is my favorite brown sort of learn. And then we have got black suit. Having black means that you can have that kind of heightened, enhances other colors, because that black dots always kind of is very, very beautiful. And then the other option that you have got, of course I do have got the here we have it, so you can see it. Now of course they are oxides, so the oxide sprays, so you can see how they have got pigment, therefore they have got an opacity, which means that onto black card it will kind of stand out, even though it changes a little bit the color. And then the other option that we have got, of course, is I think it's wall honey, it's peacock feathers and candied apple. So to me this is me, because it's bright, it's beautiful, it's those colors that you can see in here with that richness, and of course by having kind of sort of primary colors, I mean they're not really the primary colors, but you can mix them up and create your own colors. Now which is very important when you are spritzing, because by adding, for instance, you can see here the blue. Isn't that amazing? And by the way, we do have got not only the woman in the studio, but we also have got the journals. The woman.
You've got the Dina Wakley book also on the show. That page was inspired by one of the pages inside the Dina Wakley art. Bravery, encouragement,
That's fabulous. It's beautiful. And of course you can see the spritzes, so the different ways how they mix, and I love these ones. Look at that. I'm just going to show another one. So you can see how everything kind of combines with the glazes, with the spritzes, and the sprays, of course, they mix and creating brand new colors onto vellum. Look at that. And I love the pigment, that kind of hints of chalkiness that can create that opacity is phenomenal. And of course, you have got other ways of creating beautiful backgrounds with that color and that softness that, of course, the oxides bring. Look at that. Right, so that is the spritzes. So the sprays, $18.99 is the price, saving £3.62, and 728450 is your item number. Then we have got crackle texture nest. So now in here again you are getting 2 of them, and so you will get in total, I believe, is it? So you will get 6 fluid ounces in total, because there's 3 in each of these pots. And you can see that it's beautiful crackle paste, of course it is, but you can see it how you can then mix it a little bit with the other pigments you have got, or just spritz over the top. It will dry to an opaque, so it, of course whatever color you have got underneath it, it means that it is a contrast with. 240776 is your item number. £14.98 is the price. And of course then we are moving on to, this is a fabulous, it's leather texture paper. It's a cracked leather rather, but you can see even there, you can see the texture. It's just, it's like proper leather. You know those very expensive handbags, that's the sort of leather, that texture that they have got. Now you are getting 10 sheets of 8.5 by 11 inches, so the American A4 in cases you are wondering, for £11.50. 080016 is your item number, and they are nice weight as well. Right, then of course, Lou was mentioning a little bit about Lina Wigley. And Lina Wigley is an amazing artist and is a very inspirational lady. And of course, you have got the ability to get the Journal Courage book. Like Lou was saying, it's very inspirational in terms of, you know, getting ideas on how to start. If you are one of those ones that kind of likes techniques, likes to get inspired by artists, that likes to maybe, you know, explore drawing faces, explore about, you know, include yourself into those pages, talk about you, create a stencil about you. Things like that, you know, how amazing it is to start journaling and giving you the courage of I like that. The layering, can you see this? Things like that, the layering technique, a pyramid, top layers, middle layer, foundation layers. I mean, how interesting is that book? I need to have a proper look at it. Right, if you want to go for the journal, the Courage book, you can go for it. 819982 is your item number. You're saving £9 on that one. And then we are moving on to the journal in there. Now the journal in here, it is really cool. Now this is the one that Lou has been doing. So if I show you what you can be doing in here, you have got different pages. So I'm going to show you some of the pages that haven't been done. So you can see, I don't know what that was, that on a piece of paper. You can see there is craft papers, there is cotton papers, there is of course that beautiful burlap pages, there's canvas pages, but you can see in here that then you can bring your mediums into it, explore the different textures, explore the different mediums, how they react with these amazing, these amazing surfaces. And of course, you have got the hardbound book in black, which gives it that elegance. You can keep it black, pristine, or you can bring inks as well or paints on the top of it. £26.99 is the price, of course, for the 7 3/4 by 10 1/4 in size. You are getting 54 pages, and the price is £26.99. 286063. Now, then, if you wanted to go large, you can go large with these journals. This is a 10-inch by 14 1/4 inch. So this is a proper large size. So just between an A3 and an A4. So basically in sizes. This is phenomenal. I mean, of course, that gives you even more space to play, bigger canvas, if you know what I mean. Again, you have got a mix of crafts. You have got the canvas. You have got the beautiful burlap. I'm thinking, whenever I see burlap like this, I'm just wanted to do embroidery, like kind of a very bold embroidery, because you can do that sort of things. Your art journal is not necessarily just about paint and mediums. It can be about embroidery and threads. It can be your journal about how to, the projects that you want to do with sewing. You can stitch bits of fabric in there. £35.91 is the price, and £7 is the saving. 220314. And this is one of those things that, in my experience, once that you complete an art journal, and it may take you years to do, it took me years to do mine, the pride and joy to have it finished, to have all the space experience, and you reflect on it is phenomenal. Now, if you are a beginner, you may want to go for a smaller one. Of course, that's what I did, when I started. 6 inches by 6 1/4 inches. Now, this one is, all the pages are heavyweight cotton cardstock. It's really heavy. So it's great for mixed media. It's great because it gives you that durability, that is strength. Cotton, it's 440 GSM. So it's much stronger or much thicker or weighty than traditionally cardstock. Now, if you have seen, of course, Matthew Palmer, the amazing artist and watercolor artist that we have got here at Hochanda, he always talks about content of cotton in his watercolor paper. So this is another way that you know that this being cotton paper, it means that you have got an ability to bring those water-based mediums. £19.50 is the price, saving £3. 074471 is your item number. Right, and we are going to head back to Lou, of course, to see the first demonstration of the day. Right, take it away.
Well, I just thought what we'd do is just play with the colours and just play with lots of different things, not necessarily make something. Because I think sometimes when you get something new, that's what I do personally.
Yes.
I don't have a plan in my head. I just think, right, what can they do?
Absolutely.
So I'm just going to, you need to shake them. You can hear a little ball bearing.
Yeah. Is that because of the pigment?
Yeah, it's because of the difference between the two, between the dye and the pigment, because obviously that's the fusion that gives us that lovely oxide effect. I'm going to say from personal experience, if you can, roll them or rock them side to side. Try not to shake them up and down. Now, the only reason I say that is that it can leak.
Oh,
so when you take the lid off, you then get covered in it.
Yeah.
And that's a waste of it spray though if it's all over your hands.
Yeah. Now, are you using the leather, a cracked leather cardstock?
Yeah, this is lovely. This with the crackle glaze, the two together, then add your is really, really, really nice. The one sample there with the man on, that was stenciled onto the leather and then the crackle on top, and it gives another effect. Right, so let's use the wild honey. And I'm just going to go and just do some. I mean, you can go higher up, and we can get lighter. So I'm just going to put a few colours down, and then we'll play with the background. This is what I mean by not shaking it up and down because you're in a hurry, but then I can use that.
Yeah.
So
I love the colours. And it's funny because immediately you can see the oxide spray that is a little bit different from any other spray.
It is, and it's opaque, which is a little bit different as well. And I mean, the closer you get, the further, you know, you can see the intensity when you dry it out. I mean, the piece of vellum there, I love the way that has,
absolutely,
you know, shown you where the different parts come apart. So I'm just going to create a background there. Let's dry it off. And for once,
look at the colours in between, how they are creating little bubbles.
But this, so you've got a green there where they've overlapped together. You've got like the start of a purple. Yeah. So you can actually blend your colours together even though you don't have the full palette. So I'm just, and this is all I would do.
Yeah. And while Luz is drawing that, I'm just going to show you the vellum piece that, of course, Lou was showing, was mentioning before it, and you can see the crackling of course, the oxides. And that is, I just think that having sprays that do give you that results, that variety of results. I love to have a mix.
Yeah, and I think also we give them the name sprays, and I think we do them a disservice because there is so much more we can do with them, which I'm hoping to show. You don't just have to spray, but I'm starting spraying, obviously. I'm just going to block that off to speed it up a little bit. And I've got a quiet heat gun pile. The last time I worked with you, you were having to shout over a really noisy one.
Well, that's the Ranger heat tool. I'm a big fan of. It's one of, I have got two, and that's one of the ones that I have got, the Ranger heat tool. 705-330 is your item number, $29.99. I remember it used to be white, but after many years of Tim Holtz requesting it be made into black, it was made into black because he said, I like distress, I don't like dirty. White gets dirty, not distressed. So therefore he made it into black because, and finally we have listened.
Right, so I've just grabbed a stencil. This is one of the Dina Wakley ones. It's on the website. It's called Wallpaper.
Okay.
And I'm just going to put a little bit through.
That's black soot, isn't it?
Yeah, black soot. So we've got that through there. And then let's grab this. So we're not going to waste this. I'm just going to go...
Oh, yeah.
Hey. Now, if you put too much water on, obviously it's going to dilute it, but I thought we could layer that on the top. Grab a tissue. Now, I like to... I mean, you can just pat it down, but I like to use a tissue and spread the water out, because obviously water wants to find its way out. So we're just going to create a bit of a background there.
Love that.
So we've got the two there, and I could go...
I love that.
Well, it's having the positive and the negative next to each other, isn't it, straight away? So this might as well not waste it.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to put it onto this for the moment, because I thought, why not waste it? And we can use that one in a minute. Right, there we go.
Oh, and then that...
So that could keep going and going and going and going. And this is all I do with tags and in my journal and everything like that. So we'll just, might forget.
But it's so simple. I mean, do you do this? Like, do you, not only when you get them for the first time, but there are days where I will just play with colour.
Definitely.
Just, that's all I do.
And I think sometimes I mean, I play with colour, because we all have a go-to colour. Mine is blues. I love blues and greens. But then it's nice to play with other colours and suddenly go, oh, we've got a green there from, you know, your colour family. You forget things like that. So I've just got a piece of bubble wrap. I had to think what it was called then. That totally went out of my mind. I'm going to blame it on being early.
We have been here for you know, already an hour and a half, so, you know.
I'm just lightly spraying it, and I'm just going to put that over the top.
Oh, I love that.
And then, so we're just building up a background like that. So we've got lots of different layers going on, and I've lost my heat gun, so I'm just going to quickly dry it off.
Can you still do full bleaching with the oxides sprays?
Yeah, you can do, because I can put the water on here and do it like...
No, I was wondering, because that's the one thing I have never personally tried.
When you've dried it, it's a little bit harder.
Okay.
It's better to do it when the sprays are wet, so we can have a go with that, and then spray water and take it away. But we can spray a little bit of water now and see. Oh, sorry, I'm in love with a quiet heat gun. I'm not used to it. So if I just get, I'm just going to get a bit of tissue for now. Normally I would do something else, but because they're dry, it is coming up, but it's not coming up as much as if we'd left it wet.
And does it make also a difference, the paper or card that you are using?
Personally, no. I mean, I've loved the journals because you've got lots of different weights in there, whereas before I'd have thought, oh, I must go for a heavier cardstock because it's a spray, but not found that at all myself personally. Right, so that's just like one idea for background, but what I wanted to do is grab the dauber.
Yeah.
We might as well use this stencil as it's dirty. Let's just give it a quick wipe. And one of the things I love about a dauber is I am very heavy-handed on my ink pads, but when I use a stencil. So I'm going to be honest and say this is my poor...
Oh, yeah. That's your poor perfect medium.
Yeah, whereas the daubers make life so much easier. So let's choose... So I'm going to think about the colour here. Right, I'm going to go over here. And
I see, of course, it doesn't drag the sponge of the ink pad, but it will
I'm
drag.
too rough. Rather than just pounce the pad, I end up dragging it across, as you saw, and then I, it's still usable. Yeah. So I'm just going to use the dauber and pick up a little bit of the stencil there, and move it out the way, and then we'll bring the embossing glazes in. I'm going to grab a piece of paper just to put them on. So the embossing glazes are a little bit different in the fact that they're designed to be glossy, like an embossing powder, but they're translucent. Okay. So when we would normally use an embossing powder, it's opaque. You can't see through it. Now, Tim wanted it so it could carry on with the layering process. So it was still like adding colour on top of colour on top of colour, but he wanted the gloss that you get from an embossing powder, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make a lot of sense.
So I'm just going to put some of the... This is fossilised amber. I'm just going to do a mixture and show and not waste it. So when we put the embossing powder on, it looks like it's going to be like a normal embossing powder, if that makes sense. It's got that look that it's going to go solid, opaque. Right, what other colour should we go in contrast? Oh, let's go for a bit of broken china.
Broken china, I love it. This is one of my favourite broken china things.
Oh, that and Mermaid Lagoon is one of my...
yeah, Mermaid Lagoon.
And then I've got to say cracked pistachio is high on my list as well.
Well, and then fossilised amber is one of those ones that I use all the time because it's kind of, it's not my favourite colour per se, but it brings the warmth of the yellow. And then, of course, there is my favourite pink, which is pink raspberries.
Oh, yes, yes. So, if we go over with the glaze, now, if this was normal embossing powder, that would be opaque. We wouldn't be able to see any of the detail behind it. Yeah. So the idea of this is it's translucent. We get the beautiful shine, you can see there, of...
Yeah.
So I can still see, so I've got a beautiful fossilised amber tint.
Yeah.
But I've still got all the layers behind that you know, that we built up and that we made before. Yeah. So I'm just going to heat this up. I'm just getting used to how close, how far away. I got so used to my other heat gun. So now where I'm doing the broken china, it's made the black, I think, look like a deep blue.
Oh, yeah.
That you see. And I think that's great. I love that effect. That you suddenly, instead of it being black now, it suddenly appeared like a deeper blue. So that's just, I'll put that there, using the glazes on top. So you've created a different layer. But we can still go over with the crayons we've got on. Now, I'm sorry, I was going to put them all out. Let's use one. Why not? You know, you just go, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? So we can still use everything we've got in the show. So let's have a think. I'm going to put that about here. So I can still put the crayons around.
Yeah. And the glaze will act as a resist.
As a resist. She says now, fingers crossed. You know when you go in my head. So the glaze will act.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put a bit more water on, and then I'm going to dab it away. So the glaze now acts as a resist, and I've got a little bit of the crayon behind. Yeah. Let's go for a bit more of the... Yeah. I can tell these aren't my ones. I do that straight away. I've got a terrible habit of, if I don't, I've got them caught up in the lid.
Oh, I see.
So I can smudge that, but I won't. Let's get a little bit more water. So you can use the crayons on top of the embossing. And again, it's all about the distress feel, which is all about the layers. It's not...
Yeah.
So we've got that on the top there. So let's just get that.
And on that cracked leather card, it looks amazing. All the texture that comes through.
So we've still got that going through there. It hasn't. We've still got that beautiful oxide background and everything like that. Now, where's my dirty stencil? I might as well use it. You know, we just go right.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things, I know you shouldn't do it, but one of the things I'm really in love with the distress glaze is the fact that it is white. However, if you put it on, so whilst your colours haven't quite cured, it colour tints it. So it comes the colours of the background behind as it dries. So to me, that's like a real bonus because I don't have to... I mean, I can add my sprays to it, but I don't have to. I just let it dry and the colour will start to appear underneath. I think there's... In the journal book there, I've done it on a page where I've just put the glaze on and the colour will start to come through. Let's put that there. And that to me is like, oh, let's just move that out the way. So,
I love the layering. I love this just with one stencil, but of course all these different mediums from Ranger. It's just kind of layers and layers upon layers.
Can you see the colour now starting to go through?
Yes, I can see it.
And that to me, I mean, I can take the paste and I could mix it with the spray and I could do it that way. But actually now that's bringing through the colours again. And if I really wanted it white, I'd have left this dry overnight and then gone on with the paste. I don't normally like forcing the paste, but we'll see if we can get it to go through. And I just love that fact because, as you said, it's all about... The distress is all about the different sort of layers that you can actually do. So as I'm heating it up, it might not crackle as much because I'm using a heat gun rather than just letting it go as it wants. But I love the fact that it starts to pick the colours, and I've got the green coming through there rather than a blue, where I've layered colours on top of each other. I make backgrounds like this. I'm starting to force myself to use them. I was ending up putting hole punches in lots of backgrounds and just keeping the backgrounds.
Yeah, well, the thing is, don't you find that there are times for playing, there are times for designing, there are times for assembling, you know, and then like a lot of the times I have got these backgrounds, and then you have got a brand new die that you want to die cut it out of black, put it on top. That's done.
Right. So. I have forced that. It is cracking, but not as much as if we'd have just let it air dry, sort of thing. But I'm being impatient. So we've got all the different colours coming through. So instead of being white, it's like having... In doing it this way, it's like you've now given yourself, with the different sprays you can get, umpteen colours of crackle glaze, just by being impatient. Yeah. That's how I treat it as well.
Exactly, but there is no, I mean, nothing is gonna go that wrong that is gonna be wrong.
No,
you know.
No. So if I went over And another thing I like about it, see, these are mine, you can tell I rolled it down. I can go over these with the crayons, I can do the sprays again, and I can carry on building up.
Right, yeah. I like
the
that
colour.
a lot.
And then so you can carry on doing it, you know, build up the colour bit by bit. What's this one?
And that showcases as well, again, the cracked leather paper that comes in the texture with those little tiny cracks in there.
So
Look at
you can carry on building, and I'm using the crayons at the moment, but I mean I could have easily gone over with a spray.
Yeah.
But I just thought we'd just build up layers with lots of different things we've got. Let's have a bit of forest moss. Gone to the greens, sorry.
Yeah, that beautiful green.
So you can actually carry on building up that way. So you can change it, and you can change all the depth, all the different colours. But what I love about that is this is technically a flat piece of card still.
Yeah.
But you've got so much dimension already on here without...
Okay. So this is brilliant. We will let you reset for the next demonstration, and we will give you a reminder of what Lou has been using. Starting, of course, with those crayons that have got the ability to be water soluble. Well, they are water soluble, so but you can rub them with even your fingertips if you want it over the texture. And these are the colors that you are getting. 6 beautiful colors in there. So you have got, of course, that beautiful. I say that that's like no, that would our seedless preserves. Then we have got blues, the green. I'm not gonna. I've remembered them before, but I kind of I just forgot them. Anyway, then we have got the 6 beautiful colors. Then we have got the, of course, the beautiful clear stamps in there that kind of give you the perfect impression. Then we have got the distress. It's not distress black. It's a distress archival in here, so that's gonna give you that water resistance element to it. Then of course you have got the water brush in here, you have got watercolor paper, cardstock, and then you have got that acrylic block that is really nice because it's designed to fit all the stamps, but also all the stamps that are included. But of course it has got that thinner element, so you can use, you know, those ones that you want to do, you just do partial on ones as well. You have got in here a technique book, which is an exploration of things that you can do, of course, with those gorgeous, crayons. The colors, I need to remember them. I'm going to say that exactly which ones they are because I kind of, so it was Festive Berries, Rusty Hinge, then it was Fossilized Amber, wasn't it? Yep. Then it was Pale Paint, Ship Sapphire, and Seedless Preserves. Yeah, I got it right. And that was right from memory, kind of. 756383 is your item number. £32.99. Yes, memory still works sometimes. Right, and then we have got the embossing glazes, and here we have got, they are really phenomenal. They work a little bit like embossing powders, but they are a little bit different in the sense that they add color, but that glossiness, that translucentness. Of course, they are the distress colors. So you have got 2 options. The first option includes Walnut Stain, which is that beautiful deep brown, Weatherwood, which is that kind of dark egg sort of color in here, and then of course we have got Vintage Photo, and you can see how it that translucentness means that all the different colors will react in a different way, giving you different effects, but the glossiness is phenomenal. And then we have got the other option, which is, of course, includes the beautiful broken china, so you can see the beautiful blue in here with that. Then we have got Fire Brick, which is a deep red, a rusty red, and then we have got Fossilized Ambers. As I said, this is a phenomenal kit to go. I would go for this one because it has got blue, yellow, and red, so it gives you the kind of possibilities to change a lot of the different tones. How you can use Fossilized Amber maybe for the petals and give that glossiness in here. Depending on the color underneath, of course, it will acquire some of those properties, creating bright new hues before your eyes. £19.99 is the price, I mean £3.92. Now, you may want to add some embossing pens. Remember, you are getting 2 of this pack, so you are getting 4 in total. And that is what allows you to go in on those petals to give your strokes of glossiness, because then, of course, the embossing pen, what it means is will be tacky, the ink is tacky. So when you put in embossing embossing powder or embossing glaze will attach itself to hold it while you are embossing within a heat gun. 849666 is your item number. £11.99 is the price. And the next one we have got is the dover. Now, of course, Lou was using them. You're going to get 2 of them, which is really handy. You can, of course, directly onto any piece of card. Now, this is also quite, if for instance, if you have got an MDF cover or something like that, and you want to do the edges, this is perfect, because if you're using an embossing pad, that will, like Lou was showing hers, it will actually damage the sponge, whether that dover has got a stronger pour-up possibilities as well. And also, when you want to do slashes of embossing powder or glaze, it's really easy to do that as well. Look at that. You can see that there. 283413 is your item number. £11.99 is the price. And remember, you are getting 2 of them. And then we have got oxide sprays. Now, these are like Lou was showing at the very beginning, there's so much you can do in here, including pretty maybe texture paste and then spritz, and then you have got that effect in here. Isn't that glorious? And of course, those ones are the butterflies from the previous set. I'm gonna leave them here so I remember to show them when when I go. Now, those butterflies, the stamps, are part of the crayon set. That's what I meant. Now, we have got 2 options in here, and you can see the wild honey, the candied apple, and peacock feathers with those beautiful rich tones. Now, the pigment in this spray, it says, means that when you put it over the black, you will have a hue coming in. Obviously, it's not as intense as on white, but still, you have got that chalkiness, that comes from the oxides, from the pigment in there. And the other option that you have got to go for is black soot, broken china, and frayed burlap. £18.99 is the price. And remember that you can bring them and color with them if you work watercolor paints. 728450 is your item number. And then we have got the crackle paste here. You are getting 2 again of this one, so you are getting 6 fluid ounces in total, 3 on each. And you can see it here, £14.98 is the price. And because it's white translucent, opaque, sorry, it means that you will, it's perfect to layer, because you can have all those layers that you have stamped on, you have bring colors in, and then you put that layer, and of course it will create a contrast, and then you can spritz on top, and the colors will be true to nature. Or you can put it on top of kind of a still water, non-water soluble colors, and then the color will seep through, like Lou was showing in the previous demos. 240776 is your item number, and you will get 2 of them. Cracked leather paper or card rather, is what Lou was using to do the first demo. Now, having that fine texture, it really is like those very expensive handbags that has got that cracked leather, that beautiful. Now that means that beautiful embossed detail is gonna be there when you rub your distressed crayons, when you are kind of rubbing something into it, when you stamp and you will have one tiniest cracks. This is perfect. It's smooth on the other side, so you have got that possibility as well. It will die cut beautifully, and the size of them are 10 by 8. You are getting 10 sheets of 8.5 by 11 inches. 080016 is your item number. £11.50 is the price. Now, of course, we have got the art journal here, and of course, this one is the book, is the Courage book. It's an inspiration book full of by Dina Wakely, and it's all about how to create those perfect journals. But more about the perfect. The perfect is not into the fact that it's exactly how you want it. It's the fact that it's perfect because it's just how it should be. It's that exploration of creativity. It's that exploration of color and thoughts and unplanned art and whatever it takes you. And this is Dina Wakely herself. She's a very inspirational lady. All her stories and how she kind of, empowers you to just get the confidence to just go for it. 819982 is your item number. Of course, you are saving £9 there, and you have got the FlexiBuy option. Then we have got the journals. We are very busy for them. You have got different sizes, so let's go for the medium size here first. 7 3/4 by 10 1/4 size. That hardbound book with the beautiful deep black covers. They are really sturdy covers, and you have got inside a mix of different materials. You have got, of course, the beautiful burlap. You have got canvas. sort of paper, cotton rag paper. You have got, this is a canvas you have got in here. Then you have got, of course, those gorgeous craft pages in here. So you can do all sorts of techniques and exploration. You don't have to start in the beginning and kind of middle and end. You can start wherever you like. Art journals is all the freedom about exploring, about, you know, using different techniques, you know, just bringing your die cuts that you may have, bringing your stencils. You know, at the beginning, when I've had my art journal for about 4 years before I really started using it, one of the things I did, it was just literally being a sampler of the different sprays that I had, creating things like this, and then build those layers when you want to. You don't have to start creating the most phenomenal page. You just have to go and let off the fear of doing something wrong, because there is nothing you can do wrong. £26.99 is for the medium size, but if you want to go for the super size with 54 pages, you can do that. It's 14 1/4 by 10 inches. Again, you are getting a mix of the canvas, the burlap, the craft. You are getting the cotton paper. Phenomenal amount of play time, and of course that bigger size will give you a lot of, you know, playful timing with color and texture. £35.91 is the price, saving £7. And if you want to go for a mini version, well, there is a mini version. This one is actually the heavyweight cotton paper. So you are getting 36 pages of 440 GSM. So you have got that, you know, you can hear it. Can you hear it? Like, you know, that's what it is. And it's of course cotton paper, so it means that there's a lot of techniques, mixed media. So if you want to bring thick mediums into it, it's absolutely amazing. £19.50 is the price. Your item number 074471. And let's head back to Lou. Are you ready for the next one?
Sorry, I was playing with my feather.
Oh.
Right. Right, what I thought we'd do is just have another play, which is exactly what I do. I've just got some tack to hold this down, only because I've got the tissue paper spray here. Didn't take my spray over. I've got to say, it was watching Bev from Be Crafty using the tissue paper, and I thought, do you know, what a cool idea.
Yeah.
And all I'm going to do is, I've just got the feather there, and I've got a tag. So I'm now being, I suppose you could call it canny, but I'm actually being lazy and trying to, you know, do 2 or 3 things at the same time. Which you can.
We can. I mean, you can do, because you're a woman. Not that we are the sexist here.
I think sometimes, though, you have an idea in your head, don't you? And it's taking it from there, sort of thing. So I'm just going to use the broken china, and I'm just going to start off quite high.
Oh.
And just go to one side. And then I just want a tiny little bit. So I'm decorating everything. I mean, I do a lot more on the feather. We'd get stencils out and everything like that, which we can do. And I just want a tiny little bit of the... There we go. Yeah. So now I've got myself a little tag that I can use some other parts.
Oh, I like that.
So I can use that. I've got a feather that I can use at some other part. And now I've created myself a background that I can actually use. So just because it's a spray, so I'm just going to move this out of the way, doesn't actually mean we have to be random.
Yes.
You can be precise.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to dry this off. I'm not going to, it's just an idea.
I mean, you could stand just a sentiment in there and it would be done.
Well, I was just going to use one of the stamps actually from the kit with the
crayons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason I did the wild honey on top was I've created myself like a faux green effect down the bottom. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's put that there. Now what I want to do is I want to grab a block, and I did have it here. Here we go. And I want to put, what colours shall we use? Should we go red?
Yes, of course. You know, I mean, I don't know why. It's apparently a silly question.
I know. As soon as I said it, I just went, oh.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put a bit of red there. Let's do that. And I will do the next bit there. I might stamp onto those as well, we'll see. So I've got the stamp that's within the crayon kit. And I just want to get a little bit of the spray. Now, this isn't going to be as crisp as if you were using an ink, but it gives a lovely a different type of effect. So I can actually stamp onto there.
I like that.
And it gives a really, really lovely ghosting effect.
It's just a hint. It's like kind of almost like a hint of a flower.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like kind of very...
So that one's even lighter because I've just taken it further down. So let's just, while that's drying for the moment. So like you say, it's just a hint of there. I'm just going to put, let's put a little bit more, there we go. So I can use this tag again, and I've got it on there. So now I've got 2 projects on the go at the same time. I can do that. I'm going to leave the feather. I've got plans for the feather, she says. Just want to quickly dry that a little bit. And I just want to quickly grab my archival.
And of course, you are getting a cube of archival in black in the kit.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's really convenient. Even if you have got an archival ink pad, I would go for it's always
definitely.
handy.
I love the little pads of storage-wise.
Yeah.
So I've just stamped over. So I've coloured it and stamped over at the same time. So you can now
make it into a feature.
Yeah. So I'm deliberately going off centre. I'm not trying to line up with what I did with the colour. If that makes sense.
I like that a lot.
So let's do that one as well. We might as well.
We have got about 9 minutes to the end of the show, so.
I'll go quickly, she says.
No, just take your time because we are enjoying everything.
It was just trying to show, I won't waste that. I will spritz that and put that. You know when you just go, oh, where am I going to put that? This is when I'd have my journal and just go.
Absolutely.
There's a couple of pages, you can see that on...
We will be back at 11 though.
Yes.
I mean,
I just wanted to show off these beautiful stamps that you get within the... as well. So you get a lovely stem in there as well. So I'm just going to put 2 there. I would put the 3rd flower, but that doesn't matter.
Love that.
I just wanted to, so we've got that, and we can have this little one here. So we've got the 2 together. Let's move that over there. But that's what I can then do, actually. Let's do, if I wanted to take it further, let's get a smaller one. I could use this and I could colour out and fill in the detail even more, if that's what I'd like to do. So you can extend it. I'm just going to actually... might as well use my lid up.
Yeah.
So I could go in with the wild honey and I can colour in that way.
Yeah.
Let's extend it out a bit more. So you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
But that was just to show a really quick way of actually using this, but being a little bit more controlled with the sprays, because I think sometimes we think we've got to be random and go all over the place, but you can actually be controlled. So I've got a little tag and I've got a card, and as you said, a sentiment along the bottom, in vellum.
Oh, that would be
around
lovely.
the bottom on a card. And that's just a quick and simple card front.
Now, of course, while you reset for the next demo, we have got hopefully time for another to squeeze another quick demo. I just wanted to remind you of the watercolor kit that we have got here. Of course, it's the Distress Crayon. And of course, you are getting those beautiful stamps that Lou was using, as well as those beautiful butterflies in there. So you can see a stamp onto acetate, because you are getting in this kit not only the 6 beautiful crayons in, of course, seedless preserves, chipped sapphire, pill paint, fossilized umber, rusty hinge, and is it Candid April? I think that is. But you have got in all 6 colors, beautiful in here. But also you are getting the archival Distress black suit. Now that means that it's the archival. It will dry on acetate. It will dry on vellum. It will dry on fabric as well. Heat set it, of course, if you want to wash it. That is a phenomenal kit, because it gives you a taste of the stamps of watercolor distress, but all distress crayons, but also it gives you watercolor cardstock, it gives you an acrylic block, and of course it gives you that technique book with, of course, different ways of using your distress crayons, as well as you have to stamp. Now this makes it a very nice kit. If somebody is starting in their journey of distress, distress, that sounds distress in range.
It could be a journey of distress.
We don't want that, Johnny. We want the playful one. The Tim holds this dress. That's the one that we want. 756
cool.
383. Yeah, let's take it away, Lou. I'm just gonna shut up.
Right, I thought another way of using the sprays.
So sorry. But this is the beauty. But I remember when this dress came around, and it was just like that beautiful beauty of not being stressed by just being distressed.
Yeah. It's not the right name for something that's quite relaxing, isn't
Exactly,
it? And
yeah.
taking it away. Right, what I thought we'd do is we'd try some different. So I'm just going to take the, and I'm just going to put a. I'm going to use it this way.
Yeah. Oh.
For a change.
Yeah, I like that.
And then if I get my water,
Yeah. Oh.
I can blend it out. So
The
I've now.
richness of that colour.
So I can blend it out. So let's get peacock feathers, because that's already shaken up. I'm just going for the ones that I've already shaken up, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not worried about that there. So I can put that there. So again, it's a different way of using your sprays.
And of course, you could do your own personal mix. If you
Yeah.
have got a different pot, you can just do. Oh, look how they feathered. Look how they. Oh. Isn't that
So I'm putting
amazing?
lots of water on here. So we've
Yeah.
got a nice, a true like watercolour
Yeah.
effect with it, rather than, so where we say the sprays are opaque in their nature, we've actually turned their nature around a little bit now by actually making them,
Yeah, translucent.
yeah.
Well,
So-
because they do have got dye and pigment.
Yeah.
So pigment will be opaque, but dye will be translucent.
Yeah,
So
the two
Yeah.
work perfect. So we're just making one work a bit. So we can do it like that.
look at that.
So I can carry on blending. So I can create a blended background. And that's with a spray. But one of the benefits of the spray is because it's liquid, we can work quicker.
Yeah.
We can do our backgrounds quicker. I know we can do it with our ink pads and everything like this. But
you won't get that sort of fluidity.
no, and that was done really, really quickly. And again, that's a spray. I think we don't always, you know,
Could
give our
you, for
sprays.
instance, do you ever spritz that onto the acrylic block and then pick with your paintbrush
Yeah.
from it?
Yeah, which you can do as well. Which is the card down there is exactly what I did. That one there.
That one.
I stamped that and painted with the actual wild honey, and then when dry, I just went over with the fossilised amber.
Okay.
You know, to highlight the two. So you can paint with them and you can be controlled. I'm a little bit tight. I get a little well.
Yes.
And I put it in there so that it dries up and then I can reactivate it.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a very good shop tip.
I mean, so we've done it that way. So if I grab, so let's choose a different colour.
We have got about 2 minutes,
Right,
so
okay,
whatever
I'll be
you can
quick as
show
can.
us, we'll be very, very, very
She
happy
says.
with.
So if you didn't want to do it with like water brushes, I know not water brushes are everybody's thing there. So this is, see, I think this is an underrated colour, the frayed burlap.
You know, it's my favourite brown, frayed burlap. Well, one
I
of them.
think
Got twigs I like as
When you
well.
put it on other colours, it really.
It's more of a, almost like grey brown.
Yeah, so you can, if something's too dark, it's the colour you can put on top that suddenly lifts the
Yeah,
darkness away. So
absolutely.
I'm just going to use a
Spatula.
spatula.
I love that.
So we can go over and we can use a spatula. So let's put a bit more of that. So you don't have to just...
Yeah.
Normally, if you're at home, I put my paintbrushes straight in, but then I'm dreadful for not drying them off enough, and I don't want to put too much. So I can use a spatula. Now I've got a little bit more of a random effect rather than a precise effect. So I know we say they're sprays, but there is so much you can do. And we've still got the oxidised look.
at that. I love that sort of backgrounds, because then I'm just thinking a little bit of maybe it's just a stamp on it or die cut in black.
Yes,
beautiful
something
flower.
simple as...
That is,
So
yeah.
let's just grab a quick stamp then while we can.
We have got a minute.
Yeah.
Quick. Let's challenge Lucy.
I'm not going to do it, I've just put a quick stamp on the top. But I just wanted to show people there is so much you can actually do, you know, with them.
Yeah.
So.
And I love the way of exploring your mediums, like you were saying. This is what you should do at home when you get home. Remember to check out your baskets to make sure.
And a quick stamp.
Look at that.
And that's the sentiment that's in with the crayons. But I've still got the beautiful opacity, and I've still got the beautiful chalker feel from my spray. So, I mean, when you consider that's a spray, but that's watercoloured out, that's with a spatula.
That's amazing. I love that.
And
Thank you,
then
Lou.
you've got that, and that's all from the same products.
This is amazing. Thank you so much, Lou. Remember that Lou will be back at 11 o'clock for more demonstration, more inspiration on what to do with this phenomenal range of products. Please remember to check out your baskets. Join us then at 11. But of course, we have got one day special after the break with Yanis and Anthony. Brilliant. It is, of course, from Prima. It's a brilliant one-day special. After that, Pink Frog Crafts, Hazel Eden is back in the building, and then Sweet Poppy Stencils with Lucy.
Hi, I'm Gina Barrett from Gina B Silkworks. We're a family company specializing in traditional crafts for the modern maker. Most of our products involve textiles and age-old techniques, from button making, lace making, weaving, and other forms of passementerie. Mark and I work hard designing the kits and developing innovative tools to make all of these traditional crafts more accessible to the modern user. We're really pleased to be part of the Hochanda family, and I'm looking forward to being able to take time and demonstrate some of these techniques and share new ideas. I hope you'll be able to tune in to the Gina B Silkworks shows here on Hochanda.
If you love cake and you love to bake, we've got something you're going to enjoy. Here at Hochanda's Crafty Kitchen, we'll be introducing you to brand new guest demonstrators from the world of baking and cake decorating, who will be on hand to inspire you with sugar flour making techniques, food flavouring ideas, baking kits in a bottle, and as well as showcasing some very fashionable kitchen aprons. Watch out for brand new products, some very bespoke to the baking world, but others you can utilise within the world of craft, which will allow you more flexibility between the different mediums. Intrigued? Well, set your temperatures, set your timers, and tune in every fortnight to see what's in the oven on the Crafty Kitchen.
Hi, I'm Pete from Artists and Design. We're a family-run company from the Midlands, and we have been going for around about a year now. We design handcrafted stamps, stencils and designer papers. Personally, I love crafts, and I've loved crafts from childhood, right from when I first won an art competition when I was 5 years old. I love to inspire, and what my aim is to get the crafters to see their own potential. I like them to be in charge of their own creativity. What I hope is that our images provide the kickstart to your mojo and help you create your own works of art. Tune into Hochanda, be part of the artists and design world, and come and join me on this creative path.
Did you know you can watch Hochanda 24 hours a day, 7 days a week using the Hochanda app on your Amazon Fire Stick for free? Just like your smartphone accesses an app store to add new applications, your Amazon Fire Stick accesses the Amazon App Store to add new applications. By downloading the Hochanda app, you'll be able to access your favourite craft channel on your TV anytime you want to watch. Here's how to do it. Simply turn on your TV and connect your Amazon Fire Stick. If this is your first time using the device, follow the on-screen instructions to connect to the internet and log into your Amazon account. Once set up, you'll need to open the search bar. To do so, simply use your remote's circular directional dial to scroll to the search icon and select it. Now simply type Hochanda into the search bar and this will take you to the Hochanda app. All you need to do now is select download, and remember, it's free. Once this is added to your Fire Stick, you can move the app for easy access. Press and hold your home button on any app and then select apps from the menu that appears. Scroll down to the Hochanda app and press the button with the 3 horizontal lines on your remote and select Move to Front. And that's it. You can now watch, purchase and catch up with your favourite shows 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on your TV whenever you feel crafty.
Hello everybody and a warm welcome. It's our first look at the one day special today. I hope you're having a great start today. I don't know what the weather's like where you are, but driving into work, it was miserable. So stay inside, keep warm and let us keep you company. I'd like to introduce you to someone who is extremely talented and a great guy to boot. It is Anthony. How you doing, buddy?
Hi there, Yanis. I'm good, thank you very much. Yourself?
I know a lot of press presenters are going to be saying this all the time now, but it's so nice to actually be in the same set as guests again.
Oh, absolutely is.
Yeah. Last time you were in your other side of the
studio.
studio.
Other side of the studio, but yeah.
How have you been?
I've been good, suffering from a bad back in actual fact.
No.
So the high bench was actually good.
Are you still running? Because you do a lot of running, right?
No, well, no, I wasn't. Literally, I was in bed for most of the day.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So have you done anything to it, or it just happened?
I think it was actually making lots of samples in a very short space of
Oh,
time.
Anthony.
I think that's what it actually was.
Well, we appreciate the effort.
We're here. I'm standing.
One thing I have to say, Anthony, so as a presenter, I always, when I start a week, so my week started yesterday, I always look at the shows that are coming up.
Right.
And I saw I was working with you, instantly smile on my face, because I love watching you work, and I kind of turn into a viewer, but whenever you're so good at sharing your sort of knowledge with everyone, and you can see you enjoy that as well.
You know, that's what I really like, because when I was a viewer and a crafter at home watching, I always wanted to ask questions that necessarily weren't always answered. Yeah. So that's what I always try to do when I demonstrate. I find all of the not problems as such, but things that you come upon where you sort of think, well, how do I achieve that? So I always like to try to answer all those type of questions.
Right, and we look forward to that. If you do have any questions for Anthony, we'd love to hear from you. studio@hochanda.com. Don't be shy. So what we'll do, I'll just get into the one day special, and then obviously we'll head to Anthony for some demonstrations. Now, what you're getting here, it is our Prima one day special, and as always with a one day special, we try and give you something that lives up to the billing. So first up, you've got these beautiful stamps. Now, they are a silicon stamp, because to look at them, they are foam mounted. And if I just show you, you've got all those beautiful designs. I'm just going to whip that around very, very quickly, just to show you, because I did take a second, I had to take a second look, because I was like, is that rubber or silicon? They are silicon. But we've obviously seen LeBlanche bring us some beautiful stamps, silicon-based as well. Silicon stamps give you an incredible amount of detail. So these are great quality stamps. I mean that, and you'll see those in action. They've got a vintage vibe to them. So you're getting that stamp set. You're also getting a collection of beautiful... Now, look at these micas. Absolutely stunning micas. Thing with micas, Anthony, is a little goes a very long way.
It absolutely does. So these files are actually quite large anyway. They've got 2 openings on the top there. You've got one that's got holes, so if you just want to sprinkle it on, you can do that. And then you've got a cap on the other side that has got like a rectangular hole. Okay. So if you want to spill more out onto your project, then you can use that. So yeah, micas can be used for many different types of things. So they can be used to colour acrylic paints, like the white paints. If you've got transparent or white gesso, it's going to do that. Gel mediums, it can easily colour those as well. If you want to make your own sprays, it's going to do that. The only thing you will need is a fixed tiff, which is also on the show as well. Okay, and we will we'll share that with you. Now, we're not stopping there. So you've got your stamps, your beautiful silicon stamps. You've got all your micas, so all 6 of these wonderful micas, and they're such beautiful sort of pastel colours coming through. You're also getting this large, washy Powler. I saw had very envious eyes on that washi instantly for your mixed media. I mean, that is phenomenal, and it sticks obviously with the theme of the show. It's a kind of a nod back towards a different era. Do you like that washi? It really is nice. It's probably one of the widest washes I've ever seen. It's 5 centimetres in height. The actual repeat of the pattern is between 5 and 6 centimetres, and in total you get 10 yards. So I'm not a yards person, I'm more of a metre person, and that just works out just over 9 metres.
Ooh, yeah, I'm more metres
Yeah.
as well. Okay, so there we go. You're getting your washi. You've also got, saying it posh, washer. Then you've got your sort of texture background stamps here, so your clear polymer. Now 2 sets, love that. And then you've got a bit of a script going on here as well. So as crafters, if you were to break it down and think about the fact that you're getting 3 sets of stamps, you're also getting 6 micas, and you're getting this large detailed washi, really artistic washi, for £35.95, you're saving £10, and there are so many beautiful examples. All examples by yourself, Anthony?
Yes, indeed.
Well, this is why you've got a back. Look how many examples we have. But look, stunning. And real feature stamps coming through here as well. That I want. Lady, honestly, I feel I should be called. Lady doesn't do her justice. I feel I should be. But isn't it beautiful, right?
Indeed.
Very demure.
So I think the 1 day special in total is a real great starter. If you've never ever tried mixed media or journaling, this is a great introduction. So you've got a little bit of everything. You've got the background stamps, you've got some main stamps there to create a focal point. You've got the mediums in micas that you can be using with your own products at home, like I say, whether it be clear or white gesso, white acrylic, gel mediums, that sort of thing, and then you've got some washi tape to be experimenting with as well. So it's a great starter kit.
Yeah, it is a phenomenal starter kit for £35.95. Now, I've got to tell you, everything that we're going to be showing you on the show featured this hour is on extended delivery. It's going to be dispatched on the 23rd of July. The only reason is it's coming from abroad, so the minute we have it, we'll get it straight out to you. So apologies for the slight delay, but as I say, the minute we have it, we will get it straight out to you. OK, we've got some moulds. Moulds already busy. I've got to tell you, moulds, and it's something I'm noticing, and I'm so proud to be part of the Hochanda family and the Hochanda team, because I'm seeing the evolution of moulds, and it just feels in the last year or so, moulds have gone to a totally different level. We know the quality that you get with Prima, and also the designs are so usable, but they're absolutely exquisite. Taking a look here, £9.99 for a mould of this calibre is ridiculous. This is your Fairy Gardens. 60% of the stock has already gone. Look at the thickness of that mould. They are incredible, really are incredible moulds. If you've never worked with a Prima mould before, you can see the depth, the detail, but ultimately the finish you're able to achieve using these moulds is absolutely staggering. I think we've just got an example of the fairy there.
This is a really good starter mould. So if you've never ever used moulds before, this is one of the smaller moulds from Prima. But the detail is absolutely phenomenal. So what you're actually getting there, you're going to get 5 different flowers in there. You're going to get a really large flourish, and you're going to get 2 smaller flourishes, and you're going to get the fairy as well. But this isn't just any old fairy. It's a really beautiful fairy. It's almost Art Deco in style. So it's a really great starter. If you've never ever tried moulds, go for this one, because it's got all of those brilliant embellishments just in the one mould.
Is this a flower from there as well?
That's one from another mould a little bit later on.
Yeah. Okay, so there we go, £9.99 your price there. We will be seeing the moulds in action this hour. 316-511 your item number. Now, we have more for you. Oh. So we got cogs and wings. These wings, okay, so any regular viewer to Hochanda know I love wings. And having a look here, these wings are absolutely beautiful, but they still have, I don't know if you agree with me, Anthony, but is that nod to the sort of Art Deco as well?
It is. I'd say Art Deco. I'd even say it goes further back than that, to Egyptian times.
Oh, okay.
Because
No,
it's
actually,
got
that's a
that
better description,
real nice, like, strong look about it.
I think you're right.
So you could see that sort of like painted on the walls in the tombs, maybe. But it's a really great mould. You're going to get 4 different size wings within that, a left and a right. You're also going to get a few cogs, and there's also like the workings of a clock in there as well.
Anthony, putting the wings onto the fairy,
it just makes it, doesn't it?
Get in my basket. That is absolutely incredible. And when you think about what we could be putting this onto, moulding it around onto home decor, obviously onto mixed media pieces.
onto the front of an album.
Yeah, it can go on anything. So depending what type of project you're going to be making, obviously depends what type of clay you're going to be using. It can even be hot glue. But let's not forget, where it comes to moulds, these ones are also food grade silicone as well. So if you're going to want to use them for cake decorating or cookie decorating, then buy yourself a second set and you can be doing that as well.
And Anthony makes a really good point, because we always advise, and just for anyone who might be new to crafting, so if these are food grade, which is a real endorsement of the quality that you are getting, but we never cross-contaminate. So if you're going to use them in the kitchen, you keep them in the kitchen. If you use them in the craft, you keep them in craft room. But one thing, putting the wings onto and like mix and matching, let's say you were going to use it for a cake.
Yes.
Make a very simple cake, cover it in icing, then put the mould on top, and suddenly you've taken it to a different level.
Absolutely. People will stop and look at your cake. They probably don't want to eat it because it looks too good. But that's the sort of definition you're going to achieve from these moulds. They are absolutely phenomenal.
That, I mean, looking there, and you called it, Anthony, it does have a it sort of harks back to sort of Egyptian pharaoh times. There's a, I think they're beautiful.
They are, aren't they?
In gold, absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Right, got to move on because there are some more options. Now we've got our mechanisms. Steampunk, steampunk, steampunk. Look
Absolutely.
at those. Oh, Anthony.
Again,
now,
you've got the keys on there, you've got the cogs on there, you've got some circuitry as well.
Yeah.
This is not just about steampunk, it's industrial steampunk, and it's taken it to a completely different level. It's got screw heads on there as well. When you consider how many different elements you've got in just the one mould, it is phenomenal.
I'm putting my hand in shot just to give you a sense of scale, but you talk, and that's a really good point, because you've got so many elements there. Actually, I'm just going to turn this around and you can see the mould, so you can just get an appreciation of what you're going to get from the moulds. But think about how many embellishments we buy.
Oh, yes.
And also, with clay, you've got your embellishments, but with metal, obviously, a little bit heavier. So here, you haven't got that weight.
Exactly. Now, obviously, when we're talking about moulds, you could be putting in the silver clay.
Yeah.
So you could then make yourself jewellery. You can, because all of Prima moulds just on one level. Okay, there's lots of moulds out there that are actually sloped. If you pour resin in one end, it comes out the other. These are on one level, so you can use pourable mediums, which is really, really great. So Jo Rowe, who also demonstrates here, she was very, very kind, sent me some resin. First time I had a go at using resin. And that is great fun as well. So that's going to work particularly well in these moulds. And again, because it's more robust than possibly your paper clays, then you can think about doing things outside. Concrete you can put in here as well, cement.
We bought concrete and cement.
Yeah, from Viva Decor. So all of those things that you've probably already got at home from some of Catherine's mixed media shows as well, they're going to work really well in these moulds.
Do you know what I love? And you can see how passionate Anthony is about craft. And he obviously watches Hochanda as well. You can see,
Indeed.
You can see it, yeah. Okay, $17.99 your price if you wanted to go for your Mechanica. Mechanica silicone molds. I had to take a second look. $17.99 your price, 362228 your item number. Okay. The detail here, it looks like lace. That is incredible.
It is a beautiful, beautiful mould. So this is like a Moroccan feel to it. What I say about this, this is 5 by 8. That's the size of the entire mould. Now, if you were to put that one upright, that's actually going diagonally across that mould. So that is one massive cast you're going to make from that. Great if you're upcycling furniture. So I'm sure Catherine's got this one in her basket already as well. We know Catherine.
Surprised. Not
but
surprised.
What I really love about it is you don't have to use the mould in its entirety. You can just use sections of. So if you want to add texture directly to your mixed media project and you don't want to fuss around too much, literally just whack some clay in there. It hasn't got to go to the outer edges, but you have got texture straight away.
Anthony, just visually looking at the mould, it's a thing of beauty. And you've also got, because obviously this is your main hero element, but you still have butterflies and flourishes there too. That is an exquisite mould. $17.99 your price, 888115 your item number. I mean, for a mould of that size and quality for $17.99, all the Prima moulds are food grade as well. And one thing, Anthony, you kind of find, when you appreciate the quality of a mould, it's when you use them, and especially trying to release whatever you put inside.
This is actually very important, because I have worked with other moulds, and I'll be honest with you, when you actually go to pop out the clay, because they're actually quite thin, the walls around the edge, you can actually distort the cast. What Prima have actually done is something very clever but very simple. All of the moulds are rectangular, so for one, they file nicely on a shelf, but for two, where it actually comes to releasing, the walls aren't thin around the outside, so when you actually release either the clay or another, like the fondants, then it's not going to distort the cast that you actually bring out of it. That, to me, is the most important thing where it comes to moulds.
See, and Anthony absolutely knows what he's talking about. Okay, so there are the moulds. We've got some more to share with you. Anthony, did we look at these yesterday?
We did indeed, yes,
we
the
did.
tissue papers.
Okay.
Yeah, these are absolutely brilliant. They are huge as well. And what I love about them is there's so many different elements. Now, you can use them like rice paper, so, you know, you can get a damp brush and you can just take out the elements that you want and then just pull them away. But it's the scale of this, where a lot of people are looking for large scripts. It's actually normally quite difficult to find large scripts that are going to work on a larger format canvas. This ticks that box. You've also got some large faces there. Where it comes to canvases, a nice centre point to a canvas and to work around is a face or a body. You've got those on here as well.
That actually looks like our producer Ross. You know, the one just down there. Oh, there you go. Do you know what I find here is I like the fact that they've embraced vintage. Wow, I mean, these are absolutely massive. Vintage pictures are beautiful. You know, the different time. They really are works of art, and I just love an old picture, being able to introduce them. How many are we actually getting here?
I do believe there's 12 in total, and they are 70 by 50 centimetres, so you're going to get 6 of each design.
For $14.98?
Yeah, so even if it's just, as Alex said last night, and Hayley, you know, if you want to wrap something up, even inside a box, you can imagine just wrapping something up in that. It's that wow factor when you open it.
You're going to do, look, as crafters, you're going to do so much with it, and you're getting an awful lot. I bought, this was a while ago, but I bought one decoupage paper. I was looking for a specific design, so I went online and found what I was looking for, and I had to be specific on it. And it was an A3, one sheet, $3.99. So, that was how much you would pay. So just giving you an idea of value, but you'd know that at home. 536-619, your item number. Enough from me. I think we need to get to demonstrations. So what would you like to show us, Anthony?
Right, we're going to be working with a tag for this particular demonstration. So we've almost gone for a blank canvas. We have used some of those tissue papers that we've got on the show. So I've just literally, last night when I did a couple of canvases, I had a bit of a few scraps left over there. So I just added those to this particular canvas. Now the canvas or the tag, it is just grey board. Okay, I've punched a hole in that already, and I've just gone over the top there with white gesso. What you've got to remember when you're using tissue papers is they are slightly translucent. So if I was to use a really dark colour, I'd probably hide a lot of the detail that's actually shown in the tissue paper. So for that reason, I've gone for white. We're also going to be using the fairy mould in this one. Like I say, this is a really great mould if you've never ever worked with moulds before. And as I said earlier, it's all about the releasing of the moulds. These do work extremely well.
Nice. And we are very busy for that fairy mould, so I'll just let you know.
Right, so the one day special is, or part of it is actually made up of some mica powders. Now the actual range is called Serenity.
That's a nice name.
It is, isn't it? It's they're really, really subtle colours as well. So I'm just going to be using some gel medium, okay? You could be using transparent or white gesso. It could even be a little bit of white acrylic paint. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that onto our mat, like so. Okay, and then we're just going to mix in a little bit of the mica powders. Now the mica powders can be used, like I say, in many, many different ways. I'm mixing it here, but you can also make your own nail varnishes in actual fact with this. So if you have a clear nail varnish, you can do that.
That's pretty cool.
I know that, I know that PowerTex, they also do a varnish. You can use it with that as well. Viva Decor, they do transparent glosses. Again, you can use it with that. So there's many, many different uses. So I'm just going to mix this one up. Let me just see if I can find the brush that I got out earlier, which is this one here. So you don't really need that much, but obviously, you know, it depends what sort of tone of colour you want to go. So we're going to want to go a little bit probably darker than that. So again, we'll just add a little bit more with that. Okay.
More mica seasoning.
So. A little bit of mica on there. So we're almost going to dry brush this one on, so just keep on mixing. Now obviously, because this is gel medium, you can be using this in two ways already. You can be using it to just paint with, as I'm going to do, but because it does give you that 3D relief as well, you could be using it as texture paste as well, so it's going to work through your stencils. So let's just go over here a little bit, and then I'm just going to brush that over. Obviously we're going mixed media style, so the drier the brush the better, and we're just going to go over there, and we're purposely going over some of the detail there.
It's like with the sort of cherub at the top and the background, you're giving, I know we're going to be building on this demonstration, but giving the illusion of a sky?
Sort of, yes. Yeah. So we are, like I say, going to be using the fairy as well. So you're not looking for a perfect coating of this paint. This is literally just building it up. Where it comes to mixed media, it's about texture, it's about building the layers, and there's no right or wrong. That's what's really, really important where it comes to that.
And with the mica, it's one of those, once you do use the mica, it captures the light when you move it around.
It does, yeah. So with the gel medium, this is a gloss one, you're obviously going to get the detail there, not only from the mica powder, but from that as well. Okay. Right, let's just grab a stencil, just pop that there. We are just going to dry this. It shouldn't take too long. Okay.
Nice.
Now what you can also do with mica powders, if you put down like acrylic paints, then just wait until they're near enough dry, then use a stencil. Then you can actually just sprinkle the mica powders on just to add a little bit more detail. So that's another way to use them. So let's have a look. That's near enough dry. Okay. Okay, right, we're just going to add a little bit of detail here using a stencil that we have. So just grab yourself a palette knife, and again, we're not looking for perfection. So let's just pop that down a little bit there, and we're just going to drag that in. This is the great thing, you know, there's going to be absolutely no waste whatsoever from the mediums that you've actually bought in there with that. So just go into that. I think the thing is, people can overthink mixed media. So as long as you have sort of like a rough plan of what you're doing, that's fine. But you know, bar that, just go for whatever you feel is going to work.
Obviously, I like that.
Stick that in there. But you can see there the difference in what we've done in the background, because it was almost dry brush, but the intensity of the colour is still there. And obviously, because we're doing that, all the colours are going to blend in perfectly. I'm just going to pop that aside for the moment.
That looks really effective.
And very quick as well.
Yeah.
That is the thing. So we've got hardly any waste. Obviously, where it comes to brushes, if you've used other mediums like the gel mediums, just pop them in the water if you know you're not going to use them too much. Right. So we've got some tags that we're going to put on there as well. Basically what I did earlier, I just used the same paints and just dry brushed onto a piece of paper there, and we got the stamp from the One Day Special, that is the large journal one, which is the foam or the silicone with the foam. So we've got beautiful story there. Which one should we go for? I'll probably go for the top one. So I'm just going to tear that one out. Okay. Now the ink I used to go on top of this was Memento.
Right.
So because you're going onto a gloss surface, that's the sort you're going to need, but just dry it before you then actually stick it to your project. So we're just going to tear that one just to make it look a little bit older. Okay, so we've got to that point. We're now just going to pop that aside, and we're going to have a look at the moulds. Okay, so it's the fairy mould we're going to be looking at. Now we actually haven't got clay on this particular show. There's many different clays you can actually get.
Right.
FMM do one. I was on there on Wednesday with some clay from FMM. You can be using that. You can be using Hearty clay. But because we haven't got any of those actually on the show, we're actually going to be using hot glue gun. Okay. So I've just plugged the hot glue gun in. We're going to use the mica powders again. So we're actually going to, we did that one last night. We're just going to pop some of this actually into the large flourish that we have. I've not seen this technique. I just want to tell everyone at home, and we said we were busy for the fairy mould, and we really are. 2/3 of the stock has gone of our fairy mould, so it's proving a popular option. You're getting so many designs on there for $9.99. So just pop the mica powder actually into your mould. Now, as you can see, last night Alex wanted to see this demonstrated, so I stopped everything and we just had a go. But you will see it has actually stuck on the mould, but you can still get it off. It just needs a little bit of water, soap, that will come off. So this is going to be a lot of a darker colour here, and you can see when you actually brush it in, it actually just sticks to the surface of your silicone mould. So like I say, you will be able to get that off. Not all of the powder is actually going to come off when we put in the hot glue gun. Right, so like I say, with this you could either be using a resin as well. It could be, I wouldn't necessarily say anything like Hearty clay or FMM clay, because what it has a tendency of doing is actually colouring the clay rather than actually giving you that nice finish on the top. So I like to say hot glue, and I'll be honest with you, I don't really use hot glue that much in crafting, because I always find that the things I make, I want things to last. And with hot glue, it has a really great tack to start with, but then after a while, you'll probably notice that things start to fall off.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to literally just straight in to the mould. These moulds will go up to about 250 degrees. Okay, so you can, obviously, if you're doing your cake decorating, and as we said, you know, get yourself a second mould for that, but you can actually be putting those in the oven as well. You know, you're not going to damage them in any way whatsoever. And the real great thing about using a hot glue gun is that you're not actually going to get a perfect finish. And that is just the sort of thing that you want where it comes to mixed media, because everything else on your canvas is going to have that like distressed look, and then you've got an absolutely perfect casting mould. It's going to stand out and it's going to look too perfect. So that's where your hot glue comes into its own. So just keep on pumping that in like so.
So I've not, this first time I've seen this technique on Hochanda.
So let's just, hopefully this glue gun's going to keep on going. So like I say, we're just going to go into the corners there. It seems to be sticking not where we want it to at the moment. And let's just grab that off there. Okay. I just went to that. There we go.
You made a point of, and it's a good one, with this mould, the flowers, all the elements, and here we're just using a flourish.
Yes.
We've got obviously the fairy, who's a bit of a hero image on the mould. Then you've got the flowers coming through, the smaller elements, additional flourishes. There's a lot to be playing around with. So I could see these on journals, on your mixed media pieces.
Like I say, this is a really great first-time mould if you've never ever got one, because you know you always want flowers on cards the majority of the time. Flourishes definitely, without a doubt. So you've got 3 there, and then you have got the beautiful image there of the fairy. So what I'm doing here, I'm just popping this on the back, so it just melts that glue a little bit more. So don't overheat it, because if you overheat it, what you'll find is the hot glue actually starts to bubble, and it's going to give you loads and loads of bubbles there. So you just want to go on to the back there. Now, if I was to take this out after this one's dried, it's going to give you quite a light finish. But the trick is you also want to put the mica powder actually on the back. So I'm just going to do that now. So let's just quickly pop some of the mica powder actually on the back, and because we've just heated that as well,
just a slight dusting,
a little slight dusting there. Okay, obviously just wait a little bit, because if we started to brush too heavily at the moment, then obviously the hot glue gun is going to stick to your brush. But if you are careful, okay, you can brush that just there. Obviously it hasn't got to be the same colours you've used on the front. Maybe you want to have a little bit of interference, so you could be using a different colour there.
Anthony, that's already looking special.
But you can see already the shine that you're going to get there. But like I say, if you don't put it on the back, you'll find it hasn't really got that shine. It's like a mirror.
Okay.
Okay.
You need to have it on the back.
You need something on the back just to reflect or help reflect some of that mica powder out to the front. So we're just going to let that one dry. It doesn't take too long. If you want to speed up the process, just put it in a shallow tray of cold water. That's going to speed up the process. But We're just going to move on to the next part at the moment.
Okay.
So we have a piece of kitchen tissue paper. Okay.
Right.
Now, what I've said is that you can be using the mica powders to make your own sprays, or you can literally just pop them on like so. So we're using the salt and pepper end of this, shall we say.
Yeah.
So just a little bit on there. So we've gone for just 2 of the colours. Okay, and again just sprinkle that on, and then we're just going to add a little bit of water onto that as well.
So I mean, micas really lend themselves to techniques.
They do, they do. And let's just press that around. We don't want it too wet, so I want to stick that down. Let's see.
At the moment, we've got details on the screen. If you just wanted to go for the micas by themselves, $16.99. But obviously, the real saving can be found as a one-day special, where you are saving £10 and you're getting the stamps and the washing in the mix too.
Okay, we're going to stick that down. We're going to use some of the gel medium yet again, because that's really good for doing that. So let me just grab another brush. Okay. So we're just going to stick that gel medium, as everyone knows if they're into their mixed media, is the go-to glue. You can, like I say, use it to do structure pastes as well. You can use it as a glue. It's just it's a great one. But what we're doing here really is we are just adding, and I'm making sure that's not going to sit flat. I want a little bit more texture to go with it. Okay, so we're just going to pop that on there. More texture, more interest. Again, just pop that one in there. Okay, so obviously when you're at home you're going to want to wait until that's dried.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to pop that aside for one moment, and we're going to bring in the fairy. Okay. So I've got a piece of corrugated card that I've ripped apart there, again, just to give it that real distressed look. We're just going to build up a little bit of detail, so I'm just going to use one of the stamps.
So this is our background stamp.
So
it's included in the one-day special.
Yeah.
Nice little sort of script going on.
So again, because we're going down the route of mixed media, we don't want to apply too much pressure. It is just about background. It's just about a little bit of detail. Okay, and I'm not going to re-ink this. I'm just going to go around. You can see it's just adding that little bit of detail. Now, if you wanted to do something a little bit different with the mica powders, well, let's pop some actually over the ink. I could have been using Versamark, but I'm just proving the point that if you haven't got Versamark, you've just got sort of like, should we say, your normal ink pads, you can still just colour those a little bit. So again, just go for a dry brush on this one. Okay, and let's just see if this is going to work. Yeah, that's going to work. Okay, so at the moment we can't see much. Let's just tap that off. Okay, then I'm just going to keep on brushing that back. Okay, and now you can see where the ink was. Okay,
the mica's caught
you have now got.
Oh.
Okay, so that's another technique there on the mica powders.
Anthony, already this morning, you've shown me 2 techniques that I've never personally done. So using the mica with the hot glue and also over the inks.
Absolutely right. Another one. Okay.
Go on, keep going.
So, the other thing I was saying about varnishes, so this could be a clear nail varnish, it could be a Powertex varnish, because I know they do that. Viva Decor also do the gloss varnish, so you can actually use it to make almost, it's like a gilding wax, okay, in a roundabout fashion. And I do know that Powertex actually do, I think it's called Power Wax, so you can actually make your own waxes using mica powders.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to pop some of this on here, okay. And again, we're just going to go for another brush. Thankfully, I've got an arsenal of brushes back there.
But I mean, the fact that you're using all these techniques, such a sparing amount of just sprinkling, these pots are going to last you ages.
It is amazing. So now we have, and this, like I said, this is the Powertex one. This could be a varnish, so you can instantly see. We now have a really shiny paint. Okay, let me just grab a little bit of kitchen tissue, and this is just to make sure we're not applying too much on there at once, and then literally we can just brush that on just very, very gently, and now we have
and it lifts the detail.
a little bit of detail there that's been lifted using that as well. So let's just bring some more into that as well. Okay, and just go around there. Okay, and you can see, because we haven't, like I say, got a perfect fairy, because this is a mixed media project, we want her to have that distressed look. Now we're just bringing out some of that detail. I always say, you know, I've always said where it comes to moulds, you do need a gilding wax or a little bit of dry brushing over the top just to help bring out the detail.
Incredible.
Okay.
And Anthony, would now be a good time... Oh, that looks great. That looks great. And considering... Did we use the hot glue in that?
That was hot glue. I've still got the one in there that we're going to bring out towards the end.
Would it be okay if we had a quick recap?
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to do that. I hope you're enjoying this hour as much as me. When you consider, I'm learning all the time, and that's one of the joys being a presenter here at Hochanda. I personally had never seen the technique using micas in gilding wax. Anthony was going on to say, you can actually, with a nail varnish, you can introduce the mica, and then you can use that for nail varnish. You can use it into a clear varnish if you wanted to put it on a mixed media piece, or we showed it over ink. So just a sprinkle, a dusting of the micas onto your inks, and suddenly you've transformed those inks. And they are in the one-day special, so you're getting 6 of these beautiful micas. We showed how you can introduce and make it give that spray effect as well. You've got lovely colours. This is your Serenity collection, so you've got these beautiful pastel colours in there, but then you've got some more metallic-y tones too. All 6 of those are included in the one-day special, but you're also getting, this is, Anthony described it as a starter kit, but for $35.95 you've got so many elements that you can really sink your crafty teeth into. So these are beautiful silicone stamps. They're foam-mounted silicone stamps. You've got the days of the week, your hero images coming through, your worker stamps and your background. So everything that we need there. That is a really comprehensive set, and it's got that vintage vibe. Then you've got the beautiful micas to really allow you to try the explore techniques. Then we have this wonderful artistic washi, and it is a beautiful wide washi, 11 yards of that, and then we've got our 2 background stamps in the mix as well. So when you consider all of that for $35.99, you can go, say, for the micas by themselves. That's $16.99 though. I'd be tempted to save the £10, get that £10 saving, get your stamps, get your washi, and have some fun. So that is the one-day special. It's proving to be popular. 697339, your item number there, and that is everything that will be winging its way to you. Oh, you're going to have some fun with that. If you do make anything you're particularly proud of, do look out for Prima on social media. I'm sure they would love to see it. Definitely try and find Anthony on social media as well. It is ANTONY for Anthony, as Anthony Mims. Have a look, and I'm sure Anthony would like to see your work. And also, please tag Hochanda in the mix as well. So, we've got mediums, and this is, as crafters, this is what gets us exciting, is discovering new mediums. What we're going to show you now, these are acrylic. So these are your alchemy. They're options, so they're sets of 3 options, but they all share the same item number, 346925. You just pick the options that speak to you. Should we start up here, and I'll start giving you some names. So we've got the metallics in there. That's your metallic range. So you've got your gold, your copper, and your silver. Here, now this is your rococo. Oh, I like that. Beautiful, subtle pink coming through. You've got, that looks dark on the screen, but it's more like a plum in there. So yeah, it's got a dark sort of purple. Okay, so that's your rococo. Then we are postal. Okay, that's your postal. Okay, and then I like this set. This is one, and Anthony's nodding. So is this a unicorn?
These are magic.
Yeah.
Okay,
we
so,
will have a look at these. These are your pastels, but there's an iridescent sort of duotone to them. We'll have a look at those in a moment. And then we have our unicorn, which, pastels and unicorn have definitely caught my attention. Well, actually, I might ask Anthony if he can just show us some of those at some point this hour. So they all share the same item number, $16.99 your price. You're getting sets of 3, but when you start using them, you'll realise how special they are. We have got more for you. So we got waxes as well. Have a look at these waxes. Whew. So 4 different options with regard to your waxes. $13.98 is your price. 982223 your item number. A beautiful, beautiful wax. Then we've got here. Now this is it's a golden nugget. How do you describe that, Anthony?
That is a structure paste. That's going to work through your stencils. It's got sort of like black pieces in there, but there's also gold, hence the name gold nugget. So the more you put in, it's actually like got a transparent carrier. So that will obviously disappear as such, and it would just leave you those black and those golden nuggets actually in there.
All right, well, maybe we'll see that. $9.99 your price there, 637037 your item number. And then we have our chalk paints as well, set of 2 just down here. So your gravel and your sand, $16.99 your price, 868525. Just give a quick update on the moulds, which are always busy whenever we feature them. The Fairy Garden. 70% of the stock has gone of our Fairy Garden, $9.99 your price. We've seen it in action. It is a beautiful mould, and there's so much in there. The flourishes, the fairy, you've got the flowers in there as well. $9.99 your price, 316511 your item number. We also have the cogs and wings. I really like the cogs and wings, and can I just say the wings onto the fairy just works, and you've shown an example.
It does indeed. I got a little bit of inspiration, I'll be honest with you, from the Chrysler building.
Oh, well, yeah.
Because if you look right at the top there, you actually see an eagle, I think in 4 corners with the 2 wings sort of like coming out. So I replaced the eagle with fairy.
Why not? $17.99 your price there. We've also got the Mechanica. Just going to show you the Mechanica very quickly. And it is Jogger Block, $17.99 your price there, 362228 your item number. Okay, so moulds are proving popular. You can find those on our website. We're going to be continuing our demonstration with Anthony.
Okay, so we've got to this part of the canvas, so hopefully now everything is dried. Okay, so we're just going to add a little bit of background detail. So again, what I'm going to be doing, I'm using Memento. So we're just going to add a little bit more detail to the areas that haven't got much. So again, I'm not going to really bother about re-inking the stamp too much. It literally is just about adding a little bit of detail. And likewise, I'm not going to put too much pressure on there as well. Some of this is going to be covered up. Okay, so let's just go over there. And we've got these ones which are really fun, which are stamps with postal marks over the top as well. Again, another great one, just to add a little bit more detail there to that. Okay, we're just going to leave that as is. So like I say, it's all about building up all of those layers. So we're just going to go for a little bit of another colour now, okay, which is obviously in the 1 day special. So just going to add a little bit to that. Go for our gel there again. So just going to add a little bit to that. Okay, so just going to add a little bit of another colour. So again, I'm looking for another brush. Thankfully, like I say, we've got one. So again, just mix that, and you can see how easy that is to mix. So as I said, it's all about the texture that we've got going on there. So we've already got the 3D structure paste that we made out of it. We've got the tissue underneath there, so we're just going to add another layer here of another colour. So we're going to go for vertical lines here. Again, we just want to drag that over the top. Okay, so you don't want it so it completely obliterates what's underneath, because you still want to see some of that texture as well. Okay, so just literally just go around there just to add a little bit of warmth, okay, to some of the coldness of that blue. Okay, so I think we're going to go with that. Something like that. Okay, so like I said, I'm not applying too much of that colour gel to the brush, and just brushing very, very lightly so you don't obscure everything underneath. So we've got to that point there. So that's just warmed everything up. So bringing back into play our piece of corrugated card, I'm just now going to go for one of the waxes, because I do love these waxes. This is the Firebird one. Okay, so we're just going to add a little bit of colour. This is almost like an orangey red sort of colour. So I'm just putting it onto the glass mat. This is actually quite a soft wax. There's different types of wax out there. This is quite a soft one, hence I'm putting it onto the glass mat there, so I don't splodge too heavily actually onto the cards we're going.
Just as we're doing this, just give everyone a quick reminder that everything on the show, the one-day special, all the moulds and mediums that we're featuring, they are on extended delivery, so they will be dispatched on the 23rd of July, only because they're coming from abroad, so the minute we have them, we'll get them straight to you.
So we're now just going to stick our piece of corrugated card down there. Like I say, this is where the gel medium comes into its own. So we're just going to place that just down there, so you can still see that mica powder. Like I say, because the ink has actually captured the mica powder, you don't need to do anything else. But if you're going to be putting the mica powder just directly on using your own sprays when you've mixed it up, you will need this. This is called the pixie dust. This is a fixative, so once you've actually sprayed using your mica powders, because there isn't a binder in these mica powders, you will need to spray this over the top, so then your mica powders will actually stay in your project or on your project as such, because otherwise they will just wipe off.
Okay, details on your screen for that Pixie, it's the Pixie Dust Alchemy, $9.99 your price for your fixative spray, 092264 your item number.
Okay, so we're just going to add a little bit more of the Firebird Gilding Wax just on top of our little fairy angel there as well. Probably could have added some wings there as well, but there we go.
I'm amazed how you can get such a good impression from just a hot glue gun.
Hot glue gun, I know, it's amazing,
I never
isn't it?
thought that.
So we're near enough there. We have the verse that we put aside and thankfully haven't lost. I thought I had, so I'm just going to pop my finger into there. This is probably the messiest show. Everyone thinks that I'm made of Teflon. I was telling Alex the story that many years ago, I was asked to do a workshop with Joe Shannon.
Yeah.
And it was summer, so I went up there in white shorts, and I was actually demonstrating a rust paint.
Oh wow!
And everyone was
brave.
like, "You're going to come out in a real mess." And do you know what? I didn't have a thing on me. It was just like really, really odd. But so I do get messy. I can get messy. I can get messy. But
you do it all, Anthony.
But this is probably the first time actually on TV. So there we have a little verse there, little saying beautiful story. I need some scissors just to cut this off.
Okay.
Okay. So just nip that off like so. Just going to pop that over there. Right. We have two butterflies that we've also made using some of that hot glue. So we're just going to pop that over there. Okay, so again, just to add a little bit more of a warmth. So we're just adding some of that, and this wax is going to go an awful long way, I must say. Okay, while we got the wax going, I'm just going to go around the outside edge of this canvas as well, almost to like frame it. So literally, just go on there. Just go on to some of the other detail.
And when it catches the light, that wax just suddenly sings, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. There are beautiful colours. Probably one of my favourites. Well, I was going to say favourites. Do you know what? They're all my favourites actually. But the Indian pink is a really, really beautiful colour. It's like a real deep, it's like magenta colour. Really, really, really nice. Okay. But like I say, all of them. They're just great. Obviously, with waxes, you can sort of like mix them one over the top of the other, so you can have lots and lots of fun. A real great starter if you've never ever tried waxes. Okay.
We've got the details for the waxes on your screen, so they are options. $13.98 your price. You decide which one you want to go for. But as Anthony said, and the whole team, we're kind of agreeing. You invest in one and it is going to last you a very long time.
Oh gosh, yes, without a doubt, without a doubt. So just going to apply these little butterflies. Now these are actually in one of the card making sets down the end there, which is this one just here. Okay. So you've got the large flower in there, you've also got the little butterfly. You've got the laurel wreath there with some roses. You've also got a top hat with some roses popping out. So it's the butterfly from that one. So I've just made 2 of those.
And we have got the details for that kit on your screen. So in there you're getting the silicone mould, you're getting the ephemera, you're getting the chipboard, and you're also getting the journaling cards. Saving £5, £23.96 is your price, 682936 your item number. Also have a second collection for you too. Oh wow. So again, £5 saving, £23.96 your price. You're getting your silicone mould, just different designs here. Your wood shapes, your chipboard, your journaling cards. And that's that mould that we were just showing you. 620122, your item number.
Okay, so we're near enough finished now. So I think the thing we've got to discover is, has this actually worked? Okay, so this is the hot glue that we did earlier. And like I say, we put mica powder actually in the mould to start with. We then filled with hot glue, and then we've gone over the back with the same colour mica powder. Like I say, if you want to experiment, then just try for a different one. As I said, you know, I don't want a perfect finish. That's really, really important, because this is all about mixed media, but it will still have some of the amazing detail actually on there as well. Okay.
I mean, for hot glue gun, Anthony, I think this is a revelation.
You can, you know, this one is slightly more perfect, but you know what? It's actually too perfect sometimes. Okay. So I want that like rustic look to it. But that is the same colour, blue, and like I say, I've done
hot glue gun and using the micas. Now the Fairy Garden mould, 3/4 of stock has gone, so it's proving to be a very popular option this morning. Seeing in action, I'm absolutely with you. For $9.99, if you do love your moulds, I think it's well worth your consideration.
And you know, I would say, and we've said it also today, but if you're going to go for the flower fairy, you've got to also go for those wings as well. And do you know what? If you go for the wings, I think you've got to go for the Mechanica as well, because they just all work so well. So I'm just going to pop that one over just there. We're just going to add a little bit of gilding wax again, just to make that pop, just to bring out some of that imperfect detail that the hot glue gun actually gives us. Okay, so we're just going to pop that around there. Like I said, with this one, you're also going to get 2 smaller flourishes in there as well that are really, really nice. And you get a left and a right of these, so if you're going to be wanting to like frame something, you can put these in the corner, and that's going to work really, really well. Nice. Okay, so we're just going to pop those on to the canvas. Not too sure where. They're going to go somewhere, I'm sure. Let's have a look. Whoa. Okay, that's where one goes. And this is the great thing about mixed media. There is no right and wrong. Okay, no right or wrong, no rule book. You make up the rules. You make up the rules. I'm just going to pop one down here, and then we're simply going to finish that off as well. Let's have a look. Whoa. Yeah, let's just pop that on the side, and then we've just got a piece of plaited string just to go with the whole thing. That's probably not even going to go for the whole, so this could be interesting. But I think everyone gets the idea. Let's have a look.
Force it through. Yeah, there you go.
Force it through. I knew I shouldn't have put a knot in it. There we go. So that is our little mixed media tag, and you know, we've achieved that within the hour with all of the elements from the one day special, because they really do mix and match. It is the perfect introduction to mixed media for you. You're going to get your 6 mica powders, you're going to get your 3 different sets of stamps, you're also going to get the washi tape in there as well.
I think Anthony described that beautifully. It is an introduction, or if you have got a sizable stash and you're just looking to inject some variety, because everything in here you're going to be passionate about using. So we've got some beautiful stamps. They are lovely foam mounted silicone stamps, but looking at that nod back to, I mean, you've got the days of the week, so we could be using journaling, but equally you've got that nostalgia, the vintage vibe in there as well. I love the postage frank. You've got your sort of hero images in the form of the lovely lady, and it could be a daughter there, and then you've got the sort of aged documents and scripts. So So those are all foam-mounted silicon stamps. Then the micas, and it's been a real education this hour from Anthony, just showing us the versatility of micas, how we're going to be using them. Look at those colours though, the Serenity range, a wonderful pastel collaboration there. You've got beautiful pastel tones, and actually sticking with a pastel theme, you've got this wonderful washi tape in there too, beautifully detailed washi tape, thick, artistic, 10 yards. With that, and then you've got your stamps, your sort of checkerboard, and then your script background stamps. So all of that for £35.95, saving £10. Remember, we've got the decoupage sheets of paper. There we've also got our moulds, we've got our mediums. There's an awful lot to discover on the show. What I would suggest is have a look on the website, and shows like this, it's a great way at your own leisure to explore everything that we're going to be featuring throughout a one-day special. Speaking of which, Anthony will be returning at 12. What have you got planned for 12, Anthony?
I think we're going to go for another canvas.
Okay.
Let's just see what happens. I think, you know, that's the best way, and that's what's really great about mixed media. Like I say, no rules. You have your stash in front of you. Just pick and mix. That's when you're going to create magic.
Great, thank you, Anthony. Just going to say, so Anthony will return at 12. A quick reminder of our fairy mould. We were using it, and it is one of the stars today. 3/4 of the stock has gone of our beautiful fairy mould. But I mean, look, with Prima, the thickness of the moulds, the quality of the moulds as well. They are very, very, very good. I hope you've enjoyed this hour as much as I have. So Anthony will be returning at 12, and then he's got final call at 4 o'clock. So I hope you will be joining us. Don't go anywhere though, because we've still got some fantastic shows coming up in between. I know Paola is getting ready, and I think we've got a special show just around the corner. We're talking Pink Frog, so do not miss that. Thank you for your company. If you do make anything with anything on the show, we'd love to see as always. So do tag in Hochanda, and make sure to find Anthony, so Anthony Mims, on social media as well. So, I love a Pink Frog show. We got Pink Frog Crafts coming up next. After that, Lucy's going to be here. Sweet Poppy Stencils. I cannot wait. And then we have a Ranger show. So lots to enjoy here at Hochanda.
Would you like to improve your crafting techniques by watching and crafting along with your favourite Hochanda guest demonstrators, all from the comfort of your own home? If the answer is yes, then we are very excited to invite you to Craft Along, where you, our presenters and guests, will create an amazing array of projects throughout the year. So tune in, be inspired and create with Craft Along, your monthly crafting workshop.
Hochanda News. We are excited to announce that our broadcast hours on Freeview have been extended to 10 p.m. each day. We know that many of you were missing our live shows in the evening, and we can't wait to see you there.
Hi everyone, I'm Phil Martin. I've been a paper crafter for well over 20 years now, and a designer for just over 10 years. Sentimentally Yours is my multi-award winning brand of clear stamps, rubber stamps. I've now also introduced lots of craft dyes in there, designer papers. I have my mediums, where we've introduced the Flawless Media brand into the Sentimentally Yours family. So on our Hochanda shows, we aim to inspire you, to be educational, and to teach you how to get the most from the products that we're bringing to you. The Sentimentally Yours family has grown to include my good friend Julia Watts and our new designer Trudy Howard. Hopefully we're all going to bring something different to the show, so you're going to be enriched with lots of different ideas and inspiration. Be sure to join us for our Sentimentally Yours shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Barbara Gray from Clarity Stamp here in the UK. Teamwork makes the dream work, and at Clarity we are designers and manufacturers of, dare I say, beautiful top quality and award-winning craft products. We are home to the very first, the original transparent art stamp. We hand make them here in Kent, and our talented illustrators are always coming up with new original concepts and wonderful artwork. In addition, we design and manufacture top quality stencils and masks. In fact, we also make precision cut reusable masks for our stamps. Since January 2017, we are also the new owners of Pergamano International, bringing together a wonderful blend of old and new parchment art. We are so fortunate to be able to showcase our newest and best products here on Hochanda and to be able to demonstrate our art ideas to you, our Hochanda friends. So if you would like to learn more about clarity stamping, stencil work, parchment art, both groovy and traditional, please join us, myself and the Clarity team, here on Hochanda for ideas and inspiration.
Hi, I'm Hayley. Join me for some amazing Fabric Freedom shows. Fabric Freedom design all their fabrics here in the UK, and they design them with quilters in mind, so they're really good directional, really nice and small prints so you can work on smaller patchwork projects, and paste prints as well, which is one of their signature fabrics. They do lots more fabrics besides quilting cottons, so tune in to the Fabric Freedom shows here on Hochanda.
Well, good morning. We have got an hour here at Hochanda, a very special hour, Pink Frog Crafts. But we have got Hazel here in the building with social distancing, of course. Hello, Hazel.
Hi, yeah, you're right.
I'm very well, thank you. And you?
Yeah, good.
Good, good. Right, so, Hazel, you were telling me that today is a special. Why is this a special?
So it's been a year, can you believe, since Pink Frog have been on Hochanda.
Wow.
So Andy and Gwen thought that they would put together some cracking deals to share with you all. So yeah, lots of good essentials.
There are, and some essentials that I have never seen on a Hochanda before. I mean, personally, they might have been. So I do recommend to shop ahead because they are deals and they are kind of incredible, amazing. And I know that you at home are already buying, are already jumping ahead. So please, as soon as you see something that you like, please do check out those baskets if you do not want to be disappointed and missing out. Right, the first bundle that we are going to have a look is the Decadence card making collection. Now, you're getting a die, of course, a beautiful but large size with that perforation in there. And then you are getting 10 super smooth and 10, of course, of the watercolor cardstock. Now, Hazel, can you tell us a little bit about the value in this? Because you were talking about it before.
I was. So I know that you can go on the internet and buy that cardstock and it will cost you £7.50 posted. So
wow.
To get that with the die, which is an amazing deal. You'd only really be in effect paying £2.50 for it, but it's a good way of trying Pink Frog's watercolour card and Super Smooth if you've not tried it before.
Because you're getting 10 of the Super Smooth
and 10 watercolour,
and they're A4 size.
They're
right?
A4, so in effect you could make 20 cards, stepper cards. I'm going to show you how to make them. They're so simple, out of one pack.
Now, am I right thinking that it's 280 GSM the cardstock?
It's 300 GSM.
Oh, 300.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
The Super Smooth is 300.
And so is the water.
So the water.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, perfect. So you have got 300 GSM, so perfect for construction cards. $9.99 is the price. Of course, you look at that massive saving, £21.50. 861210 is your item number. Now, then we have got the Christmas present card, create a card. So you have got, of course, also the 10 sheets of each of the Super Smooth and the watercolor, and this is a stepper card that you were mentioning before.
The stepper card, but this one's quite interesting. It says Christmas present, but I would use that all year round. There's nothing on there that spells Christmas to me. That could be a birthday present.
Exactly.
It could just be a beautiful decorative background. That one, we've just layered it over and crossed it.
Absolutely.
If you just open up, you can see all the like filigree. It's just beautiful.
It is. I love that because, like you're saying, look at that. You have got all, of course. You know, of course, you can see the beautiful value for money. You're saving £21.50, a massive saving. You're just paying £9.99. And remember that, of course, you know, Hazel was saying that just the cardstock, the 10 sheets of Super Smooth and the 10 sheets of the watercolor card, it would cost you £7.50. So you are just basically basing £2.50 for that amazing die. 343-985 is your item number. Now, this is a Christmas tree. Again, you are getting 10 of the Super Smooth, 10 of the watercolor card. So remember, 300 GSM, so it's construction weight card. And of course, you have got the ability with that beautiful light to die cut and of course emboss that detail and use it as a stencil. How simple. And I think everybody now is thinking, well, I need to start cracking on with my Christmas cards.
They're going to be so quick to make because the die actually stays within the cardstock. You can set it on your bigger cards and it can just cut out. You can set it on your steppers. You can put it on your 15 by 30s as well.
Of course.
And look how effective that is, and it's nice and quick and simple. And you could be making, if you do make cards to sell,
absolutely,
it's going to work.
Right, we are very, very busy, so please do check out your baskets as soon as you can, because this also is a show that in which Andy from Pink Frog Crafts is kind of, let's say, warehouse, you know, it's clearance.
Warehouse clearance. This is clearance.
So they're basically, once they're, you know,
it's gone, it's gone.
Once they're gone, they're gone. 134315. Right, the first one already is sold out. So, you know, it means that if you have it in your baskets, if you check out right now, you still will get it. If you do not check out your baskets now, the basket will refresh in 10 minutes and you will miss out. So please, please check out your baskets. We have got the next one is ring out those bells. Now, of course, gorgeous. Now, I'm thinking Christmas, but I'm also thinking weddings.
Absolutely. You've got the holly there, but there's no reason why you couldn't cover that with some different embellishments. No reason at all.
That is gorgeous. I love that. Yeah, because you could use other leaves.
Absolutely,
you know, and just
build
put
up
them
on top of it. I love the detailing on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, you are getting 10 sheets of the Super Smooth, 10 sheets of the watercolor. A4 753026 is your item number. $9.99 is your price. That amazing saving of £21.50. Now, we have got more options, but why not jump ahead to the website to see exactly what we have got? And there's options. I do believe that you should have a go look because they are amazing deals. And remember, this is a warehouse clearance, which means that once they are gone, they are gone. Therefore, I would jump ahead and check out. That also makes those dies make a lovely present. So you get, like, I would go buy that because it's a very good value for money. Keep the cardstock because it's one of my favorites. And then, of course, you know, the die, use it a couple of times, then pass it on or whatever. You know, it works out really affordable. But also, of course, we do have got Pink Frog Crafts. We do have got the pack of watercolor cards, 80 sheets in total. Now, it says 280 GSM, there's one. Is it?
Then it must be 280 and I must be wrong.
Oh, I don't know.
If it says it's 280, then it must be.
Oh, okay. Because that's what I think the watercolor...
It feels like 300.
Well, to me, 280 is exactly what I aim for. Like sometimes, because it kind of gives you a little bit more. If you want to, but with boxes, especially dies boxes, it gives it more of a flexible hinge. If you know. So I love 280, but I love 300 and I love 270. So you know, I like them all, to be honest. £15. If you have got quality cards, £15.99 is the price for for 80 sheets. 828438 is your item number. Look, I mean, it is half price. So basically, make the most of these amazing deals by checking out those baskets. Then we have got A4 Super Smooth. This one is 300 GSM. Now you are getting 160 sheets in total for just £12.48. This is, you know, I have been using Pink Frog Crafts and cardstock for now, you know, for almost a year, and This is the one that, like, both the watercolour and the super smooth.
They're kind of your go-tos, aren't they?
Exactly.
The staple cardstock, along with your black as well, because we all always use black. But to get that amount of cardstock for that price is brilliant.
Do you use it for, like, I use it with, like, for instance, Ranger, Lou Sims was there. Just if you want a quick spritzer.
Spritz on it, yeah, you can use your brushos on it, you can blend on it, you can flick water at it, you could even spray water on it.
For
It
bleaching
still
techniques,
takes it.
yeah.
It's kind of, I call that my jack of all trades, because it will do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and of course that's super smooth for stamping.
Perfect. Get your alcohol markers on there. Brilliant. No bleeds.
Absolutely, yeah. When I do my alcohol markers, definitely this one is the one that I reach for, the first one. £12.48 is the price for 160 sheets of 300 GSM Super Smooth. You're saving £9.50. If I stand here, maybe just kind of, it's a bait, yeah, I'll stand here. Now this, of course, it's a pack of A3 and A4. Now this one you are getting 120 sheets in total. I believe you are getting, is it 40 A3 and then 80 of the A4. Yeah, just kind of was gonna count them by eye, but I couldn't do that. Right, so of course you are getting 40 of the A3. Again, super smooth, beautiful cardstock, 300 GSM. Think about your larger dies, think about your larger boxes, creating A4 cards. £12.48 is the price, saving £9.50. I think it's a phenomenal deal. 364866 is your item number. And finally, one of the staples of Pink Frog Crafts is that rainbow card in an A3 size. You're getting 50 sheets in total for £17.98. But look at that saving. Now, today is the day to grab your A3 card. So rainbow card, and of course, remember 541965 is your item number. But remember that is a shows of clearance, warehouse clearances. So it means amazing prices, but once they are, those deals are gone. Right, and of course, we are going to head back to Hazel to see the first demonstration of this hour. Right, take it away.
Thank you. I want to show you how quick and easy it is to make the stepper card. So I'm going to start off with, I've got some watercolour card. I really quite enjoy if I pull one of these into shot. The stability is really quite good on there, and it takes the ink well, and you can flick bits at it. So first of all, I'm just going to bring my trimmer in, and I'm going to place my right edge on 3 centimetres past my cut line, and I'm going to cut from 3 to 18, and then I'm going to slide it across, and I'm going to do the same on the other side.
Which is it's a Christmas tree, isn't it?
I'm going to do Christmas tree for this one, yeah. So on there, up to 3. So that's our cutting done. And then you'll need a scoreboard on the centimetre side. And all you need to do is just score 3 centimetres and 6 and 18. And then at 15, you want to score between the 2 lines.
Okay.
And then I just flip that over and mark it at 3, 6 and 18. And then I can, because it saves me with me pulling my tool down. So then mark those ones. Okay. So then a mounting fold on each side, twist that to a valley. This one is a mounting, and at that point fold it over. Put your hand down, and then just grab yourself a score and bone fold those areas.
How quick and easy was that?
How quick, yeah. So now I'm going to choose one of the dies. I'm going to choose the Christmas tree one, and you'll notice that that fits absolutely perfectly on that square there. So I need to place down and I need to stick it in place. So I'm going to use my Scotch tape.
Now, can we say?
Yes, you
I
can.
mean, because this is one of the questions that we get asked, which is the lowest tag removable tape, and this is it. I have been using this one for over 18 years.
I won't use anything else.
I use other stuff as well.
No,
No, I will be, you know, but this is my go-to when I put a die, because I know this is the one that least amount of time. I think in 18 years of using it, I think it's been 3 times I have let 3 times that it didn't work.
Yeah.
Out of 18 years of daily use, it's phenomenal. And look at the price, $9.99. You're getting 2 of them. It's a phenomenal price, and it's a phenomenal product.
It that cheap.
No, it's amazing.
Yeah. Right. So.
I would definitely, if you never tried this one, please do go for it, because and it's it's a phenomenal. One roll lasts forever. You can reuse them. You're getting 65.8 meters in total, and of course 2 rolls. It's just one of those ones that even the handmade paper, you can put it on and it hasn't damaged it. Also to secure maybe stencils as well. By the way, we have got, of course, Lucy with Poppy, Sweet Poppy stencils later on, so if you need some extra, that will work as well.
Okay, so with these dies, it's really important that you do an emboss on them, because there's so much detail in there, and if you don't emboss them, then you don't get to see it. So let's just pop that one on, and we'll feed that through. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the die in place, and I'm going to ink through, because it's just a really quick technique.
So they are dies that cut and emboss.
Yeah.
And of course a stencil through.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. It's in here somewhere. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to keep my die in place, but if I turn it over, you can probably see there you've got that lovely embossed detail coming through there.
Yeah, perfect. Now, these dies will work with any die cutting machine, or they need to be A4 size?
It doesn't have to be an A4, although actually it does if you want to do this, because it needs to go through.
Of course.
So if you haven't got an A4 machine, but you really like the dies and you think, I can't go for them, you could use this. If you use our 15 by 30s and you can put it through that way, then yes, it will fit perfect, and you're still going to get a really good result there.
Perfect.
Okay. Right, so I'm going to peel off my tape.
Okay. Yeah, that tape. And you can reuse it as well.
Yes, if you can remember where you stuck it.
Yeah, I did too, yeah.
On the machine.
Has it happened to you that you have gone out to the shops?
Oh,
and
stuck up my arm, on my legs, all over the place, in my hair sometimes. Yeah. Right, I've just chosen an array of different greens here, and I'm going to randomly ink over the tree there.
Now, if you want to go for this die, a quarter of the stock has already gone. So grab yours, your item number, your details are on the screen for that.
Also, the tape is really good for this, because I'm just putting down, it's just going to stop me from inking over onto my card where I don't need it, where I don't want the ink. So I'm just going to blend over, mix those colours in.
We have had an email from Pauline in Kingston upon Hull, and she's saying she wants to wish Pink Frog Crafts a very happy first birthday at Hochanda. I have been a fan of their cardstock on paper for a good few years. I first met Andy and Wen at a craft show in Hull, where I watched Wen create some wonderful, beautiful flowers from one die. And I have watched their business continue to grow since. Hazel and Karen bring some amazing demos to our screens, so big thanks to both of them. Thank you.
That's lovely.
Thank you, Pauline.
And yes, Gwen is super, super talented at making her flowers.
Well, it's a good team, you know. A good team is always great to have in our screens as well.
Yes. Right, so I'm going to keep the long bits of tape, and then when I peel this away, you get this lovely.
It's like magic, isn't it?
Look at this. I've got to fold this now.
Yeah.
So again, just fold that down, and that gives you the basis of your card.
Gorgeous.
Okay, but you've also got. Let's grab a pokey tool.
Now, we are very busy on the phone, well, across the board, but please, if you have got access to the internet, head to the website or the app that you can have for your phone as well. And that's the quickest and easiest way to order here at Hochanda.
You've also got the tree as well. So what I've done, I've just stuck that through there, but that could be the swinging tag on your Christmas present. It's all going to match. Yeah. So let's just, for this demonstration, we'll just stick it through.
You could even make Christmas tree ornaments with it.
Yes, you could. You could score and fold them in half, and then, make them three-dimensional, just like
exactly
that.
What you mean.
We're on the same wavelength.
I mean, I cannot verbalize it, but I know exactly what you mean.
So hold that down shut, and then you'll fit that perfectly in position.
And it's so beautiful, those delicate snowflakes in the centers and those little dots in there as well.
So I'll just show you on this card here. Can you see on the side there, I've just added some inky panels. It's just effective, it kind of brings the colours in, and you get to see the quality of the watercolour card there. So all I would do is cut 2.5 centimetre panels and blend that ink on there and add that on, and that just finished that card off.
Now, I have got some news about the Scotch tape. Now, it has got technical sellout, please, if you have it in your baskets, do check out right now. I'm very upset because I was going to multi-order that one, and I guess I will not be able to do that now anymore. You won't regret it, though, if you check out those baskets for this.
Okay, so I've just inked that up. I need a bit of tissue. And then we'll just spritz that down with some water, just to give a really nice effect. Clean my mess up. And then as simple as cut that at 2.5. And then the measurement for down there is 11.5 centimetres.
I see.
And then it will just fit perfect. Don't cut that bit. And then you'll need a 2.5 centimetre piece for the little square at the front.
Look at that.
But if I just show you, that will fit inside there.
Okay.
And then this one on the side there. But do you see how it transforms? It
does.
Gives it a little bit more body, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It kind of also frames it. Yeah. It gives a kind of a focal point for the eyes to go to.
I mean, you could go to town, you can add glitters. Glossy accents would look amazing on there as well. I know we've got a deal on the glossy accents on the show as well.
We do. Yeah, the glossy accents. Yeah, I do have it. So I've got. So you have got a chance to get 2 of them for amazing price. $9.99 for 2 of them. You are getting 59 mil in each. Of course, glossy accents is the original dimensional crystal glue. So it kind of course it holds things very quickly. But of course, it kind of levels itself, so it creates that beautiful glass dome sort of effect. It's a multi-medium. How I call it, 847104, and of course you are saving £2, but of course 2 of them, phenomenal price as well.
All right, last piece.
And it's a fast grab glue as well, isn't it? The glossy accents.
It is a fast, and it works brilliantly with our pollen, which you'll find on our 1 o'clock show, I think. But yeah, there you go. That's a nice, quick, effective Christmas card for you. Just a little sentiment on there. I can see some gorgeous. That.
Yeah, that's perfect. You pro. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Hazel. We'll let you reset for the next demonstration, and we are going to have a look at the Christmas Eve bundle here. Now, in this one, of course, you are getting that beautiful die. You can see it there perfectly, and then, of course, you are also getting 10 sheets of the Super Smooth, which is what Hazel was using, as well as 10 sheets of the watercolor A4 card. Now, there are construction weights, so 300 GSM for the Super Smooth, 280 for the watercolor, and look at how beautiful that die is with that beautiful reindeer in there. And look at that. So you can create them in different ways, so you don't have to use a gatefold. You can use a front card or maybe a different sort of stepper, because those one, look at that, very similar to what Hazel has just demonstrated. $9.99 is your price for Oh, what's happening? Sorry about that. Yeah, well, it's just the price they are flying. 739649 is your item number. 9.99 is the price. You are saving £21.50. Then we have got softly falling. That's what happens to, you know, the things that I touch. They softly fall. Well, sometimes very hardly. Anyway, let's move on. But look at that gorgeous. And look at those beautiful, beautiful snowflakes in there. You can see the beautiful dots in there, the snowflakes in here, and look, oh, I love that. Look how you can put some rainbow card behind it and those snowflakes. And I'm thinking also as a stencil, that is extraordinary. I love the center tag as well, creating both the aperture and creating that tag in there. And of course it creates like a Christmas ornament as well, the effect of it. Now of course it comes with 10 super smooth, 10 watercolor cardstocks, A4 sizes. So you have got, like Hazel was saying, the ability to make 20 cards, or maybe you're going to do die cut boxes as well. That would work as well. 563286 is your item number. Then we have got the Christmas wreath next, and it's just, again, it's a beautiful, nice, large size in here, and you can see it. Now remember that it comes with 10 sheets of the watercolor card A4, 10 sheets of the super smooth A4 as well. So that just would cost you around £7.50. So for £2.50 more, you are getting the die that will give you the ability to create something as beautiful as that, with the gorgeous bow and the beautiful kind of ornaments in here. And of course you can put some glitter in there, and look at that. Now remember that these amazing low prices are part of the celebration of the first anniversary of Pink Frog Crafts here at Hochanda. And of course Pink Frog Crafts is doing a warehouse clearance and saying we are going to give you amazing low prices, but that's only until stocks last. So grab yours by checking out your basket. 124070. Now the Christmas Eve, the set of the Christmas Eve, which is that one, the gorgeous reindeer. Now over half of the stock has already gone. If you want to grab that one, please do check out your baskets for that one, because it's going to get really even busier as the time goes by. The details are on the screen for Christmas Eve. And that's with that. Hazel, are you ready?
I'm ready.
So let's head back to Hazel.
Okay, so this time I'm going to use the Christmas present stroke present, and I'm going to do a little technique here, but I'm going to ink the back of the die. So in the same way that you would your card, just blend over with your tools, okay, and just mix in. We'll just mix all three colours.
Is there anything that we need to be careful about bringing inks into our dies?
So long as you dry them afterwards,
okay,
give them a nice, even if you ran them under the tap, just make sure that you've definitely dried it off. Yeah. I've never ever had a problem with them.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be as brave as to run it through the tap, because I would be really worried. But I guess if you dry it completely afterwards, there's no damage.
Absolutely,
there.
None whatsoever. Now just be careful, because obviously you've got to pick this up without taking the ink off. So. Now that is the exact same size as my card.
Okay.
So we need our cutting plate.
Yep.
I'm going to use some of this tape.
Of course.
Just so it doesn't move.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, it has sold out. But it means that, please, if it's just one of those products, low tack tape.
It's a go-to, isn't it?
Yeah. Absolutely.
While that's happening, just dry that up.
You're so nice. I will leave it there, and then of course that have the dirty cards.
That was a good catch, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So now I need to emboss it, because that's how we get the detail.
Of course.
In fact, that's not quite.
Well, you know, it's kind of sometimes, of course, in the middle of the die.
What it is I reduce the. I don't put the magnetic sheet in, and it stops you buckling the card, especially when you're doing your steppers. So in effect, I haven't got enough in there, but it's enough to cut, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, rubber mat. And this would be the same for your machines. Any machine that you're using, you'd always emboss it. Right.
And of course now you are embossing, so you kind of just run it through the machine twice for cutting and then once for
emboss. Yeah. So this time I'm going to set this within another type of stepper card, but it's called an inverted stepper. And it just gives you another option, another way of using your dies. So I'll pop that to one side. Now again, I've got two options. I could ink through there, but actually because I've put the ink onto the back of the die, that has transferred. So that's then put the ink in the background, and then all my detail is white. So that looks quite effective that way round. I did see a few bits that I need to
we
poke.
have had a question, email us or by call, that's asking about if there are any instructions about the steppers, how to create the stepper.
What I would recommend is you hit record and then you go back and you watch them, because I'm doing it slow so that you can take those.
Perfect.
But for a basic stepper, you only need to remember 3 and 6, well, just 3 and 15.
Okay.
And I'll go more into that
So
in a
the
minute.
short answer is no, there is not. But remember that the shows are on rewind for 60 days. So if you go back to hochanda.com, then you go to rewind, and then of course you can catch up with whatever show it is. So today is July the 10th, so and 9 o'clock. So you can rewatch that for about, well, in 2 months' time, until September, and then you know, we are already in July 10th.
Where does it go?
Oh, I don't know.
So again, you get all of you get your topper, and then you get your outer piece. So this one here, I can mount on. Now I could do like an inky background there, but on this one, I like the crisp white, so I'm just going to go for that, and I'm going to stick that on, and then we'll make the inverted stepper. So if you're at home now, hit record, because the inverted stepper's coming up.
Ooh, inverted.
And it'll save you having to go around.
I don't know why I like that word, inverted.
Inverted. Yeah, it's very nice, isn't it?
I don't know, sounds good.
I just spotted a bit that needed poking. There we go. Okay, so just mount that on there. Very effective. And I've just spotted another one, and you'll do this. See a bit that needs popping out. Yeah. Okay, so that's okay. We'll pop that to one side, and we'll now make the inverted stepper. So again, first things first, always do the cut, and then your score.
Okay.
The instructions for an inverted stepper are very, very similar to a normal, the one that I did a minute ago. I was just looking to see if I had it in shot. We're going to cut these 2 long lines first. So again, I'm going to use watercolour, and I'm putting the right edge on 3 past the cut line. Set my tool on 3 and cut 3 to 18.
Okay.
The reason I'm stopping at 18 is because it's 3 past the halfway line.
Okay.
And then do the same on the left. 18 up to 3.
Okay.
And then we just score that in the middle, centimetre side. We just need to go join the 2 lines up on 3 centimetres. Join the 2 lines up on 6 centimetres and 18. And then at 15 centimetres, score from the top, flip that over and mark it,
I see.
and then do the same on that one. That is as simple as they need to be.
Right, at the Christmas presents, we are half of the stock, approaching half of the stock on already.
It is a popular one.
It is very popular.
These lines across here, put your fingers in. You want a mounting fold, and now you need to fold these without folding the side. So tease it in for a mounting and flip it up for a valley. Those 2 on the sides, mounting. As you do that, flip it, and then put your hand through, and that gives you the perfect. So we do inverted steppers on our 15 by 30s and our 20 by 40s. Well, you can do them on your A4 as well.
I love that.
But again, very, very simple. So all I'm going to do is set that inside there.
Look at that.
And that's the makings. You've got all of this area here to personalise, put your sentiments. You've got your little topper if you wanted to pop that in the middle there, straight or at an angle, or you could add it down the front there with a little sentiment on. So many options.
That is just really gorgeous. Right, I need to let you, oh, we have got another email from Angela.
Okay.
And she's saying happy birthday to papercraft. She loves your demonstration, of course, Karen's demonstration.
Thank you, Angela.
She's already made some orders today, and she's very excited to have a play as soon as they arrive. Thank you, Angela, for your email, and thank you everybody who has tuned in. And of course, they are checking those baskets and getting all these goodies at fabulous prices.
I don't blame them. I really don't.
Right, of course, and that we'll let Hazel to reset for the next demonstration. And remember, you can catch up on Rewind all the shows, so you can watch back Hazel to create that separate card perfectly and step by step on the website. Right, the first item that we are going to have a look back is the Christmas present, which is exactly the one that Hazel was using, the gorgeous kind of bracket style center in there, which I absolutely adore. And look at that, you can make it very Christmassy if you wanted to, or of course you can do it with that beautiful sort of kind of blues and greens tones, so it gives that delicate tone. Now, of course, you have got 10 of the super smooth, 10 of the watercolor cardstock included in the bundle for just $9.99. Basically works out that you are just paying £2.50 for the die, because the cardstock should cost £7.50 with post and packaging. 343985 is your item number. Then we have got the Christmas tree, which is one of the ones that, of course, Hazel just demonstrated. Again, if you're making Christmas cards, you want quick and easy ones. I mean, of course, you can do elaborate ones as well, but there is those ones that you need to give then until, you don't want to have to spend that much time, but you want the delicate nature, you want intricacy, you want to have something of a wow, and this die delivers that. Over half of the stock has already gone, so if you want to grab yours, your item number is 134315 is the item number, but of course, you are getting also not only the die, but that 10 sheets of A4 super smooth and the watercolor card, saving £21.50. It's a warehouse clearance. Here's amazing affordable prices. Also, if you need to have glue, there is plenty of glue options as well. Now, this one is the ring out those bells. So this one features that oval, aspect into the side with those bells, with the kind of holly. But as I was saying before, if you have got maybe other dies that you maybe leaves, you can incorporate them and make those leaves not become holly, but being all round, and it could be a wedding. That one also works horizontally, if you don't put the oval inside it, so it has got that kind of beautiful ornate decorative horizontal oval. $9.99 is the price for the die, and those 20 sheets, the 10 of the super smooth, the 10 of the watercolor. 753026 is your item number. Now, the next one is supposed to be Christmas Eve, but a technical sellout, so if you have it in your baskets, do please check those baskets out, because you still will get them, otherwise you will miss out, and nobody wants to miss out. Once you have made that decision of I want it, you want it, checking out those baskets is the only way to actually have it. Right, of course, that is the Christmas Eve, but we do have got a sale softly falling, and I adore this one. I adore snowflakes. There is something very beautiful about the snowflakes. It has got that kind of never two are the same. And this is what happens with die cutting, that you can have them always the same if you wanted to, so go against the nature of a snowflake. But you have got the delicate pattern, the emboss effect of here, that you can build your gilding waxes, you can bring your glitters. You can, of course, if you go for glossy accents as well, maybe you can use them onto these little dots of the pattern to give that glossy kind of almost crystallized eyes that it has got the snowflakes. $9.99 is the price. Again, you are getting 10 sheets of the super smooth, 10 sheets of the watercolor, of course both of them in A4 size for just £9.99. It's a phenomenal value. 563286 for the softly folding. And then we have got the Christmas wreath for you. Again, comes with the cardstock, 10 sheets of the super smooth, 10 sheets of the watercolor. $9.99 is the price. 125 124070 is your item number. Now the combination of them together is phenomenal, but of course you can bring your black card into it and have maybe glitter cards to highlight those details, to suddenly bring a kind of a glamorous look to this card. Gilding wax maybe into them, to the black, or what about a black card and of course a little bit of gilding in there, here and there, and maybe paper piecing with that red mirror card. $9.99 is the price. Again, you are getting the 20 sheets of cardstock, A4 cardstock, 10 of each of the watercolor Super Smooth, and 124070 is your item number. I try to go as fast as I can because we want to head back to Hazel to see the next demonstration. Take it away.
Okay, so this time I'm going to use Softly Falling, the snowflake one, and it's an easel card, but it's a very quick step. So what we'll do is we'll start off with our sheet of card, and then we need our scoreboard. And again, it's we've got one score line at 7.5, and I'm going to come down for roughly 3 centimetres. Okay. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. I just turn it over so that I can see where I'm marking it.
We are also very busy for Softly Falling. So we are approaching half of the stock for that.
Wow.
I know half already has gone, not
Okay.
approaching, yeah.
Right, so I'm going to pull it round this way to me, and I'm just going to lay it butt to the bottom there.
I absolutely adore this one.
And I'm going to centralise. And when I'm happy, I'm going to just stick it down the sides here. Just like that. Okay, and then we're going to cut that in the same way as we have on the others. Feed that in. Now, I didn't change my colours, but I'm going to do the same colourway. I'm just going to look. Yes. There's a nice emboss on this one as well. All them little dots are raised, so they would look fabulous with your glossy accents. Just raised on there to give that dimension. You could always sprinkle loose glitters on as well. That would look fabulous. Okay. So we will do our emboss. And then we'll be ready to apply our ink. For the next bit, I actually do use a craft knife. If you don't feel comfortable with that, then you could do it with your trimmer, no problem at all. But I use the die as my ruler. So we'll just take that out and show you exactly what I mean. Okay, so grab your knife, dig it into the card, wiggle it to make sure it's through, and then drag down against the die. Rotate round.
I like that wiggle.
And then wiggle. Now I have actually need to do 2 score lines. Just pop it on the board. We had it there at 15, just to the die. And then we're ready. Well, in fact, you'll be able to see it now. If we just fold that back. That gives you your easel.
Yeah, that's
okay,
gorgeous.
so now we're going to add our ink down. So we'll use a bit of tape to protect our card. Might need a bit more. And a bit down the side. Now I'll have to take this bit off because it's going to cover some of the detail that I need.
I see.
So if you can just kind of butt it up to, that should be great. Okay, and in the same way, I'm just going to randomly.
I suppose the outsides are ideal for this technique because they're quite dry as well.
Yes, and it gives that really nice chalky kind of effect, doesn't it?
And yet they blend so well.
They do. They're more forgiving, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Yeah, I suppose the pigment in them, that makes them slow dry, so that blendability lasts a little bit longer.
Right, you know what I did on the other side? I didn't take it off that side.
Oh, well.
That's fine.
You know, I would be the sort of person that only finds out when at the very end, when there is no solution. So you've done very well to realise beforehand.
One thing I will say with the softly falling is press hard when you're inking through.
Is that because they're very small
dots? You've got very small dots. So if you've got harder pads, make sure you've got the softer pads, and you will get through and get all of that detail.
Would a brush help for that?
I've never used a brush, so I'd hate to say yes and it not.
Okay.
I'm more of a blender. Right, let's release. Okay.
Oh, that was...
How lovely is that? Now, I have got bits to pop out, if I just go across. And it's such a shame, because those bits that are popping out have got ink on them, and they look beautiful. But this is where your paper piecing can come in with this one. You could do that again on a lovely rainbow mirror from maybe that bargain, and paper piece those in with your rainbow mirror board. It would look amazing.
That's definitely my favourite. Oh, it's just so good.
So that gives us the base for our easel card.
Yeah.
And then you just need to do a stopper.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use the die actually.
Oh.
Let's just move that to the side.
Oh, can I say something about the glossy accents? Now we have got 80% of the stock has already gone. If you want those glossy accents, you are getting 2 bottles, of course, of 59 ml. $9.99 is the price for both of them. 847104 is your item number for them. So check out those baskets if you want it.
Okay, so I'm just taking advantage of these nice big snowflakes, and I'm just going across and just adding some detail.
So you're just using it as a stencil?
Just as a stencil, yeah. Oh. And just picking out different areas. I mean, if you like the smaller ones, again, remember you've got to push hard to get through. I bet I'm going to see, look, that's really tiny, but it's detail. We've got some. Let's pop another one in here. And then you could put your big sentiment. I've got a tool missing. You could pop your nice big sentiment across the bottom. That's probably enough, actually.
Of course.
And all that would happen is you would raise that on your foam pads, and then that would be the stopper for your easel. Like so.
Oh, look at that.
So if I bring the one that I made earlier into play, then that will sit up. There you go. But how effective and quick.
That's gorgeous. And you could put maybe a picture in the centre of that circle.
Of course you could, yeah. You could suspend little snowflakes from there, all sorts.
Yeah. Now we have. Do you have another demonstration?
I do have
after?
another demo.
So
yeah.
I'll give a quick rewind. I will mention again the carpet. Of course, you can set up for the next demonstration. I love working with Hazel. She's just such a pro. Right, we have got, of course, watercolor cardstock. You are getting, I believe, I think it's 180 sheets. Sorry, so it's 280 GSM, and you're getting 80 sheets of A4. And you can, of course, have got a beautiful watercolor card. It's one of the ones that I reach most to go to, because it has got what I call it a hot press, but with a little bit of texture in there. So if you want to go for this one, of course, look at that price, at that saving of £16. You're just paying £15.99. 828438 is your item number. And then we are going to the Super Smooth card. Now this one, you are getting 160. Yes, I got it. Yes, I got it. And you're getting, of course, 300 GSM, and of course that's super smooth. That gives you the ability to stamp, to use your watercolor. So you use your alcohol markers. It allows you to use all sorts of mediums. Of course, 300 GSM means that it can be your construction weight for boxes, of course, or maybe you can use it for your die cutting as well. It works out at 7 pence per card. 763746 is your item number. You are saving £9.50. It's one of those ones that every now and again I will stock up in bundles like this because it's one of the ones that I reach the most. I know the quality is amazing, and of course delivers that kind of versatility in different ways that I can put in. I can throw a lot of stuff into it. Now, if you prefer a larger size, we have got a bundle with it is an A3 size, and of course we have got the A4. You are getting 40 sheets of A3 and 80 of the A4, and you have of course 120 sheets in total. It's of course the quality of super smooth, so it has got the ability to stamp, emboss it as well, emboss it very well. The oxides look amazing. I use my acrylic paints as well in it. It's just one of those. What I think is, like, if I had to take one smooth cardstock, that is one of the ones I go for most often than not. Now, if you want yours, 364 866 is your item number, £12.48 with a £9.50 saving. And then if you want mirrors and if you like rainbows, this is the card for you. It's A3. You are getting 50 sheets, 300 GSM, and look at that. I was trying to get the floor manager Matt, if I could get him in there, but yeah, he's hiding behind the camera, so I won't be able. And of course, Lucy from Sweet Poppy Stencils is setting up on the opposite side of the studio, so I wanted to grab her, but no. Too much shine with that rainbow, beautiful hues coming through it. And of course, being A3 means that you can grab a bag, you can score a bag, you can make larger cards as well as boxes. All that information is amazing, and papercraft delivers that instructions. 541965 is your item number, £17.98. Now we have got also news about the glossy accents. Now they are limited stock, so it means that 90% of the stock has already sold out. So if you want to grab yours, there they are. You are getting 2 bottles of the full size for £9.99, saving £2. 847104 is your item number. And Hazel, are you ready for a quick demo?
Ready for a quick demo?
Perfect.
Yes.
You have got about 6 minutes for the demo until the end of the show.
I'll probably do 2.
Right, fabulous.
I'm going to use the holly one, the wreath one this time, and I'm just going to take one of our 15 by 30 card blanks, and I'm just going to go across and give that a half fold. There we go. And just show you again how simple it is with just a little bit of ink and a die cut and emboss on here to make a quick card. Now, in fact, I could take it to another level, couldn't I? Because I've got 6 minutes. I might as well. Let's just, I'm just going to cut a square. So one of my 15 by 30s, cut it in half to 15. And we'll make this into an easel. So first of all, we're going to have a card that way, and we're going to stick down our die onto there. Cleanish bit of tape, and we'll cut that one. So make sure we're stuck.
Now, the one that you were using before, the softly fallen, now 3/4 of the stock has already gone of the beautiful snowflake die. So if you want to go for that one, please do check out your baskets. Now, of course, you can see there exactly what you are getting. 10 sheets of each of the watercolor and super smooth, and those gorgeous dies that are softly falling.
And just going to cheat and put a little one on.
The one. It's quick, fast that way, isn't it?
Okay.
Also, can I mention the red liner tape, because they have got a very good deal as well. Remember that you see 4 rolls in here, but in each roll is the equivalent of 6 rolls. So basically, 4 rolls is 24 rolls. You are getting one of 3 mil, one of 6 mil, one of 9 mil, and one of 12 mil. 120 meters in total, and of course, it has got that high tag for £12.59. It's phenomenal value. Phenomenal. 746033 is your item number.
Okay, so all I've done, oh, so I suppose I should show you, shouldn't I? I've die cut the wreath into the front there, and then I've taken the die off, and we're just going to score down just to give us that halfway point, which would be 7.5 centimetres. just go down.
No.
7.5, and then we'll fold that. And then when we die cut the next one, it will perfectly fit the pieces that are left.
We have got some news about the glossy accents. They now have technical sellout. We are extraordinarily busy here at Hochanda. So please, anything that you like, please check out our baskets, because now if you want things like these, they go very quickly. So please, if you have them in your basket, check out right now, and then you'll still get them. Otherwise, you will miss out on them.
Right, so we'll go ahead now and do the cut for this one.
We have got about 2.5 minutes.
Right.
To be precise.
Do you know what I'll do?
What?
I'll change over to small plates, because then it should happen quicker for us.
Sometimes, yeah.
If needs must,
go for the smaller size.
All right. Let's whiz that through. Tidy these out the way. And then, of course, we just do a quick emboss, and we should be there.
Oh, perfect.
It's definitely quicker with the smaller ones.
You are, yes. But how many, I mean, you have shown how quick and easy with these amazing toys is to create cards. You have done, how many you've done?
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 cards.
And this, yeah.
5. In under an hour with me, blah, 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 blah. Doing that, exactly that.
Okay, we're just going to ink randomly over. Now, if you take more time, you can pick out, like I have got, but I haven't got a green pad here. I'm just going to go in, because we've got some lovely decorations there, but there's some holly and some different bits. There's some gorgeous stars on this one as well, which are really nice to pick out and use on your card. And then if I just quickly grab, that's Lucky Clover. There we go.
Right, we have got a minute to the...
Right, we can do it.
Yeah, we can do it.
Let's just add in a bit of green. See, look, I'm not being careful, she says. And then that last piece there.
You're amazing, Hazel. I'm like, wow, she's... Look at that.
Okay.
Gorgeous.
Take the bits out. I'm going to just hold it for you to see what you would have created. That
Look
would
at
then
that.
be...
Now you are back at, is it the 1 o'clock?
I'm back at 1 and 5 with some gorgeous flowers and more bargain deals.
Oh, absolutely. Do join us at 1. But before that, before we say goodbye, I want to remind everybody to check out their baskets. The Softly Falling is now 80% of the stock. And of course, a Christmas present is also very busy. So Softly Falling, the details are on the screen. If you want the gorgeous, of course, the gorgeous snowflakes, there you have them. Right. Thank you so much, Hazel. It's been absolutely amazing.
It has, and thank you to everybody for celebrating our birthday with us.
Thank you so much. After the break, Sweet Poppy Stencils, Lucy is getting ready for amazing demonstrations and beautiful designs, of course. Then Ranger, and then One Day Special with Prima.
Flexi order has arrived at Hochanda. What is Flexi order? When you place an item on FlexiBuy in your basket, you qualify for Flexi order, which means any other items you add to your basket will also be included in your FlexiBuy payments, so you can spread the cost over multiple monthly payments. After your first payment is made, your entire order will be dispatched. When you add at least £60 worth of any items to your shopping baskets, either online or on the phone, you'll qualify for our Flexi Order offer. This means you can spread the cost of your order over equal monthly FlexiBuy payments, offering you the extra flexibility when you shop with us. Flexi Order, making your shopping experience with Hochanda easier.
Hello, my name's Stuart and I'm the Managing Director of Oakwood Archer. Oakwood Archer is a family-run business, and my son and my daughter work very hard with me to bring the best craft items to you in the UK. We specialise in high-quality items brought into the UK from all over the world, including brands like Kaisercraft, Stampendous and Impression Obsession. Working with Hochanda is fantastic for us. It gives us the opportunity to bring all of these brands and all of these products from all over the world direct to you, the crafter in the UK. Our products include stamps, dies, papers, buttons, trimmings, ribbons and album making kits. Just about everything you need to be a good crafter. So please don't miss Oakwood Archer shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm John Lockwood from John Next Door. I'm lucky enough to have been a guest on Hochanda since day one. I've been working closely with Crafts2 on the development of the John Next Door brand and also working with their fantastic range of products. I'll be bringing you some fantastic shows that are combining the John Next Door and Crafts2 products. We'll be sharing things like the press cut dies and some of the Find It media and some of the other fantastic tools, accessories and other products that Crafts2 bring to everybody at home. I hope you can join me on my crafting journey and learn some tips and techniques from me that I share with you. So don't miss the Crafts2 shows with me, John Lockwood, on Hochanda.
Hi, this is Els from Elizabeth Craft Designs. Elizabeth Craft Designs is a Colorado-based company. It's a family company, so husband, son, daughter all work in the company, and then a fantastic team of designers, because a company cannot exist without a great team around yourself. What we would like to share with you is my passion for crafts. We love all the concepts we have, so we have from cute till classic and beautiful designs. We love our journaling planner line, and we're going to bring you our ideas, our passion, and we hope to transfer that passion to you. So please join Elizabeth Craft Designs here at Hochanda.
Hello, I'm Hayley, and you might have seen me presenting here at Hochanda. Well, I've always been an avid crafter behind the scenes and have been given the opportunity to share some of my favourite products with you in a monthly show called Handmade by Hayley. So I hope you'll join me, let me inspire you, and maybe you will discover a new craft in the process.
Hello everybody, a warm welcome. I'm having such a nice day today at Hochanda, I really am. So I had a great one-day special, and now we've got Sweet Poppy Stencils and the lovely Lucy. Can I introduce you to Lucy? Here she is.
Hi.
Lucy, it's that old adage, you know, when you don't see someone for ages, and now this is the second show together in what, a few weeks?
Well, I've been really good. I've been coming sort of every month.
And please continue, because I mean, I tell you why.
Got nothing else to do now.
I'm glad you're here. When we go, and obviously we haven't done any live shows this year because of everything that's happened, and we miss it. But in the past, I know every time I've gone to a live show, the amount of viewers that have come up to me, and I can ask them, so what kind of crafting are you into? Who do you like? And your name comes up time and time again, especially Sweet Poppy Stencils.
And that means so much to us. It means we're going in the right direction. You know, we know people love our products, which keeps us going at night when we're trawling, we're doing all the work and everything.
Hard. And it's interesting because we were having a chat just before the show, and I know how much of yourself you put into the company and how hard you work. And it's not cheap to, obviously, the stencils, the manufacturing cost, metal stencils are not cheap.
They are not cheap. They're an expensive product to produce. They're stainless steel. They've got a mix inside them, but they are massively expensive.
But, and this is where it was just fun, we were just, I hope you don't mind me saying, we're just having a bit of a chat, and we're saying, look, obviously there are Mylar stencils on the market, you've got some beautiful stainless steel stencils, and I know at one point you were kind of, years ago, you were kind of flittering between, should we maybe explore Mylar or not? You chose to stick with the metal. Anybody, and I'm include myself in this camp, because you know I've got your stencils, and I absolutely love them, I've used them. Once you use the metal stencils, you realise, and you'll never look back. It kind of spoils you, and you'll want to get more. Got to be quick, because we're busy. I've got to stop talking. I'll tell you why. We've got some new designs just down here. So, beautiful designs. Let me go through them, and I'll just tell you what they are, and I've got to give you some updates. We're only a couple minutes into the show, but they were selling before the show. So, firstly, we've got... This is our...
That's Nocturne.
Nocturne?
Yes.
That's lovely.
I don't name them, Tracy names them.
I love it.
Yeah.
So a third of the stock, and designed by Tracy, so Lavinia Stamps.
These three are, the three new ones are designed by Lavinia Stamps, and the relationship between us and Lavinia is we've known each other for years.
Oh, yeah,
and
good friends.
It is, I was sat there thinking, when did we start? We started 10 years ago with Sweet Poppy, and it was 10 years ago this month that Tracy gave me the first designs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a mini celebration.
It is, yeah, but I was thinking how long we've worked together. Yeah.
Time goes.
It does.
Okay, so speaking of going, so just to remind you, the Nocturne, it's a third of the stock. We're only 2 minutes into the show, and I've got to point out, once it's gone, it's gone. Shower of Love, you're kidding, approaching 40%.
Oh, wow.
Okay, 40% here, we are approaching. And then the Tree, New Beginnings, over a quarter of the stock. Okay, can I just... We are going to show the other ones, but very quickly, while they're fresh in your mind, I just want to show you, because these are new today, we've not seen these before. We'll look at the Tree for a moment. Now, have a look at the detail that Tracy, Lavinia Stamps, puts in all her work. And I saw these, and instantly I turned to Lucy and said, are these Tracy's designs? Because she's got her own expression, her own individual flair, so you can spot it a mile away. But that tree, it has gravitas.
It, when she draws in pen and she sends the design over. It took a lot of work to get it into stencil format, so that we didn't change the design. It's so important when the designers send the designs over. So Emma, brilliant, she's a CAD drawer, so she knows the thickness of the lines, things. Trace pen and paper, and she converts her stamp images for us.
Okay.
So she tweaks them to make a stencil, and then we tweak them further to make the laser cut. The lasers have to cut us a minimum, they only have a minimum to cut to, and it can be a right old headache. It's but this is beautiful.
That is the most beautiful tree. So that is, am I right, New Beginnings?
New Beginnings.
New Beginnings. Okay, so there's your New Beginnings. Have a look at our Nocturne.
Nocturne.
Nocturne. Now look.
I love it. She's given us the fluffiness of the hairs.
Yeah.
All the beautiful fluffy, you know, hair bits on the back and everything, but the gentleness of it as well.
I'm giggling.
She's beautiful, isn't she?
Because we were talking about this before the show. I always know when we're having a busy one, because I can hear Charlotte, our producer, and she talks to herself. She's like, very busy, very busy. So, are we approaching half the stock?
Oh, no.
We're at half the stock. We're only 4 minutes in. And we've literally got everything. So all our stock has been loaded. Once it's gone, it's gone. Look, you know, whenever Lucy comes in, it's a popular show.
That is so soft and beautiful.
I just love these.
Gorgeous.
There is something. Tracy is
mystical, magical.
Yeah. That's all right. That's it. But she brings life to her work. This next one. Let me just show you this. I'm not even going to talk about it because it says it all.
So you've got an anniversary, you've got a wedding, you've got you know, anything with love.
Anything.
Perfect,
isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got to give you an update here. It's 2/3 of the stock, and I'm sorry because I know at home it's never nice when the presenter's like and just keep on going stock levels, but we really are busy, and I don't want you to miss out, and I mean that because I know how many fans there are of Lucy and Sweet Poppy stencils. So if you want to go for this option, half the stock already.
it's not until you put and you start playing with them that they come to life, because the stencils look nothing, but without the design team, who are, I believe, are our backbone, we're a good company, but the design team, they get round me and they support me, and they've been amazing through the lockdown.
That's a sign when you have a good design team that really back you. You know you've got products that really capture imagination, and also it's a compliment to you as a company.
And some of them have been there right from the start, so it's fabulous.
Can we just say thank you to all the design team, because you worked so hard and brought us some beautiful things. Okay, very quickly, just going to show you now. These are sort of best sellers in the past, just bringing it back to you. So you have got this wonderful... All right, I have got this Christmas tree, and it is incredible. All right, I'm telling you that right now. 30% of the stock has gone there. You've also got the post box, which is stunning, and then you've got the 20% of the stock's gone here. The snowflake as well. We had a discussion just before we went live, and Lucy was saying, "Oh, we were talking about the fact you might potentially have an early finish today.
I might have to go home.
You have got another show later on," and we said,
"I don't want to go home."
Well, Lucy, it looks like that could happen. All right,
well,
just
thank
saying.
you, everyone.
Snowflake 60% now. Oh, there is some, and we've got some bad news already. What? Which one's gone?
No.
Oh, the Shower of Love has technically sold out.
That was one of my demos. My favourite demo, that was.
Oh, no. Okay. And Nocturne's gone as well. These are new. So both technically sold out. If they are in your basket, please make sure to check out. We have begged, and Lucy did, before the start of the show, she tried to give us some more stock, and she said that is absolutely it. We cannot give any more. So we really did try. We knew it was going to be popular. I'm sorry. I can only apologise. Right, going to jump onto the website, have a quick look. We have got some dyes we're going to show you in a moment, but we also got mediums. Oh, and on the show as well, we've got some new mediums that you've not seen before. I think we were just seeing them there. So you know the 5-star reviews for the glitter collection? They've been on before, but you've got now the Summer Fine glitter. These are brand new glitters, so considering the other collection had 5-star reviews, we've never seen these before, and I think they're going to have 5-star reviews as well. So just increasing the colours in your palette with the glitter. There is also a freedom price, $16.88 too. Okay, so there are certain stencils that Lucy works very hard to also bring the companion die, because if you really want to layer up and get the most out of the image. Do you remember? So I've got the seahorse, who I want to say Sebastian? Yeah. Yes, well Sebastian. Sebastian the seahorse. Dredged that from the memory bank. So Sebastian the seahorse also had a stencil, a die, sorry, not stencil, and it sold out. And so certain images. So only reason I mention that, the Christmas tree has it. We're going to get to that in just a moment. Now we have got tags and dies. So this is just a real core essential. 8 dies in total. And I tell you why I mean core essential, because all the images that you've got on the show today, suddenly we're working with them with a totally different way. So we're creating our own card blank, or our tag, I should say, and then we're decorating them up. So, for instance, if you do want to look at this one, for anyone thinking about their Christmas makes, and how stunning is that Christmas tree. It really is very, very special. And also the snowflake. Now we have got the die for the snowflake. We're going to show you that in a moment. Then we have, look, you've got the rabbits. That's from Shower of Love, which unfortunately is gone. And then we've got, oh, I like that, bit modern. And then finally traditional. Okay, so there we go. $17.99 is your price, but you're never going to buy another tag there. And you've also got the eyelet in there too to create the whole. 107-900, your item number. So the point I was saying about the Christmas tree, because it is such a detailed stencil, imagine if I lift this up, imagine fussy cutting that out. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I mean, that would take a long time, and you'd have to be very detailed and experienced. The die has cut that out instantly, allowing you to put that Christmas tree on anything, and it has such an impact. Layering up, cutting out has a huge impact, but it is such a gorgeous Christmas tree. If your budget can stretch and you're able to do so, please consider the die, because I think for a stencil of this quality, and if you have gone for the Christmas tree stencil, it is stunning. $10.99 your price for the die. What I would say is, every time I've worked with Lucy, and she's very particular, you'll notice that with regard to the dies, she doesn't bring, it's not a whole counter full of dies. Lucy is really specific on what stencils she creates dies for. And whenever I've done a show personally with Lucy and we brought a die, they tend to sell out. So I would say this is another serious... Over a third of the snowflake is gone, which is just a beautiful detailed snowflake, and we've got the Christmas tree in there as well. So it's a holly tree, I say, a holly tree, and a third of the holly tree as well. So holly tree, snowflake, both very, very popular. £10.99 your price. 421-429 item number. We also have the essential set. I thoroughly recommend this. So everything you need to get going really with regard to tools. So you've got your Sweet Poppy essential set. You get your spreader. Now the spreader, it sounds like such a simple thing, but the spreader makes a huge difference in giving you that quality finish. You're also getting the stencil tape and the magnetic sheet. £11.99 your price. 683-492 your item number. Now we also have mediums for you. Just going to show you these mediums. Okay, so with the mediums, they are a pick and mix for the stencil dimensions. I said it's not been so long ago that I worked with Lucy, and a few of the options did sell out. So if you missed out, I know the translucent was very, very, very popular, but you've also got the colours. I can see Lucy nodding away. You've got the colours in there as well, the pearlescent, the glossy whites. So what I would say, you're choosing any two for £17.99. When you see them in action, you'll realise how good the stencil dimension pastes are. 741-231 your item number. Lucy, I think we should start having some fun.
Okay.
Sorry, were you reaching for something there?
No, I'm fine. We've had to rejig things around.
I did see the team walking over to you. They made you change your demo.
They have. We're going to start with new beginnings, which I'm chuffed to bits with, because sometimes I'll do a sample and I go, I really love that. It's very rare. Okay. A lot of my work, I'm the worst person, I think, like a lot of people, I think. I look at it and think, no, in the bin, no, in the bin. But I really like this one. So we're screening off. So we've got magnetic sheet underneath. Because they're metal, you will always use your magnetic sheet. If, when we were at shows...
You say, because your stencils are so detailed, you kind of advise, look, there is a right way to obviously apply your dimensional paste.
So Shower of Love and Nocturne are perfect. When you look at Shower of Love and Nocturne...
Just, Lucy, sorry, can I just go give another update? So, Shower of Love and Nocturne have both now completely sold out, and we've had a third sellout on the show. The Snowflake, I'm afraid, has gone too. So, Lucy, there is, I would say now, there is a real issue with the second show that it might not have anything to sell.
Right, okay. I might have to just, shush, don't tell them that I'm coming home early.
Hang out in the green room.
So, when you've got your stencil, just have a little look at it. And you'll find that sometimes there are no bridges.
Right.
If we put a bridge to something, it makes a massive difference to the design. All I can say is they are massively sharp. So you wouldn't clean a knife with your hands. So clean them on a flat surface, warm soapy water, and give them a gentle scrub with a nail brush. Pat them dry, not with kitchen roll. Pat them dry with tea towels. Not tea towels, pat and dry with kitchen roll. Tea towels are the worst thing, they'll snag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm always catching them. So storage, if you're with me, I store them in a container, which is really bad for them. But, you know, just store them back in the packaging or store them on magnetic sheet. So you've got, I'm using translucent stencil medium. This is what makes the magic work, okay? So we'll show you how to foil. It is the same medium if you're using your glitters and your microbeads and anything like that. So we load up at the top, and all we're doing is 45-degree angle. You're no pressure down, it's pressure towards you, so you're gently pulling it across and lift up. When you're doing foiling, you do need to leave it dry. So once on, once off, then clean your tools or pop them into water. Most important, clean off the rim of your pots because you'll get bits in there. So when I've been doing foiling, it wasn't a technique that came straight away. I had to keep on trying and trying. I found little flaws with it. I found that there was little pitting sometimes, and I realised my mediums were dirty. I had bits in my mediums, and even a little air bubble. So if you see a little air bubble, pierce it, because otherwise you'll find that your foils won't stick to it.
That's good advice.
Drop that into water.
Okay.
And we're coming off. And you've got, your image.
Absolutely perfect. All of that detail, you haven't lost anything. And if you follow your advice, you're going to consistently get a beautiful finish every time.
I would say it's almost 99% time. There are times where I'll pull it down and I go, oh, it's no good. So I'll scrape it off, put that medium back in the pot, get a clean piece of paper. I never just throw that away. I'll always reuse my medium.
That's what I like to hear,
Yep, so pop that to one side. Drying time depends on room temperature, depends on something like Nocturne, Shower of Love. They're big spaces. The hair bodies are big, so you would need to a couple of hours. All right. With this one, about half an hour to an hour. So pop them to one side. So,
Lucy, we had another sellout just to keep people updated.
Thank you.
Sorry, the holly tree. Oh, the holly tree is beautiful.
Oh no.
So the holly tree, the stencil has gone. If you have invested in the holly tree, it really is worth looking at the die, because when you see the difference, and there's so much detail here, you're not going to want to fussy cut it. The die will transform how you use it. So we've got the details for the die on your screen. It really is worth considering, and the same thing with the snowflake as well. So $10.99, you choose whether you want the holly tree or the snowflake. So that means, this is why it's scary, and I know the team are already making calls to basically our buying team saying what's happening, because we've only got 2 products left, so 2 stencils left that's meant to last this show and the next show.
Next one.
Okay.
Oh gosh. Thank you everybody. It is fabulous to have sellouts and everything, but my heart does go because I think, oh, that's my favourite demo. Oh, that's my favourite demo.
Bless you.
And I'm no good at dancing or singing.
I mean, I know you do videos. And we can follow you, so maybe if our viewers, because you've got such a big fan base, and they follow you on social media, maybe you can share the demos online?
Definitely. We've got a fabulous lady that does lots of videos as well for us, Eileen Godwin. She's amazing. Lots of different techniques and things like that. And I promise I'll get some videos done of the demos that I couldn't do and get those on.
How do we follow you?
So we have Sweet Poppy Stencils.
Yeah.
That's our main Facebook page. Then we have YouTube, and put in Sweet Poppy Stencils, and you'll have all tutorials there.
Brilliant.
And we've got a fabulous group that's run by the DT team, Simply Sweet Poppy Stencils. Just ask to join it, and it's amazing. We're having competitions, we have guest designers, so I tend to put a lot over there as well, but I also put it on the main page.
Brilliant, so do check that out.
Definitely.
I don't want to scare you, Lucy.
Okay.
New Beginnings is limited stock.
Okay, let me just get this one
I'm going to keep
foiled
quiet.
and you can have it. Okay, so what I've done is when you're foiling, cardstock is important. So if you do it and you don't get a good, you get a lot of residue everywhere, then look at your cardstock.
Okay.
Not all cardstock's good cardstock.
Yeah.
Also, with a little anti-static, rub all your naked parts, not your pasted part. That's really important.
Okay.
Shiny side up. Now this is hot stencil foil.
Right.
Okay, and it's important that you're not using laser foil. I've just got a little laminator, no fancy machines. I didn't want something I'd have to spend hundreds on, a new machine. And this technique is designed for us, or was found by Julie Rose on our DT
I remember
team,
when
and it
she
was
discovered that,
amazing. She created a monster. She broke my budgets a few times with the foils.
Wow.
So this is just a cheap old little laminator from your local shops, and it's just whizzing it through. It's got to be on the hot setting. And again, with this technique, you'll have good times and bad times with it. So we're aiming for this. So make sure it's all covered. If it's not, your paper's going to stick to it. So have a little rubber ready as well. And there you go. And there's your foils.
Oh, that looks great.
So if you get any residue with a little rubber, it will all rub off. So all we're doing is we've done a little bit of matting and layering. Let's get rid of that so we can see properly. And then all we've done is pop it on, and then a little inexpensive frame will then give you the most beautiful creation.
Oh, wow.
That is going on my wall because I love it so much, and it fits in with all my decoration and everything. As my husband says, you know,
Beautiful
Brown
work of art. Beautiful.
It's just beautiful, isn't it? But I'll show you my project. This is my project, my working project. So this is going to be my family tree. My sister did me a family tree years ago, exactly the same but with a different tree of ours.
Yeah.
And then I've got a little die and I've cut out all our little leaves, and all my leaves will go up around there with one of our little sentiment stencils.
Oh, that's nice.
And that then will build
Lucy,
up.
that is beautiful. Can I apologise, because I know you're doing a demo
You're
and
gonna
I
send
was
me
a bit
home.
distracted. I know. I was distracted only because, and normally I just love to see demos. You'll notice that I was helping our team. We had to take some of the stencils away because obviously they've all gone. We've only got these 2 stencils remaining. Now, in particular, you can have a look here. New Beginnings, this beautiful tree. We are limited stock. I just want to give you, while I can still do this, I'm going to show you some finished examples. The design team have done such a good job. It is a beautiful tree. I don't know if you're like me, I just love trees, the character of trees, and this is where Tracy, Lavinia Arts, has really captured that special essence. I mean, it's such a great tree, a tree of depth, detail, character. It instantly has an effect, but you can go very modern and contemporary with it. Equally, here now, I mean, that is a great piece, quite atmospheric, clean cut here. Or how about this? Now that's nice. Got a bit of a softer tone to it. Or what about this? Very nice. I'm going to show you that this is a lovely piece too. Using the rabbits, the hares, sorry, that I've sold out. So it shows on scale they work really well. And even if you just wanted to, upside down. Just chop that down. So think about bookmarks, just using a portion of the tree. The detail that Tracy has given you is incredible. I love the tree, and I'm not the only one. The fact is we are limited with regard to New Beginnings. Think about what you could be making. I can envision at some point our New Beginnings stencil is going to go. We've already had 4 sellouts already. We've got 2 stencils remaining. We've also got the pillar box. The post box, I have to say, classic, iconic image. And you can go so many different directions. So that is beautiful. We have got here, I mean, very traditional colours. As Christmas cards go, as an image, this is never, ever, ever going to date. So you can use this, but just playing around with colour. And the design team, you've seen that they try to look at different ways to express it. We are over 60% of the stock with the post box. I love the little snow cap detail on there as well. You can just see you've got this snowy detail within that post box as well. Let's just see here. Even in gold, I think that's quite nice. So it's just a really strong image that will go with. Think about what else you have in your stash. So any sentiments versus just a beautiful Christmas card in the making or work of art. New Beginnings, we said it was going to happen. I'm sorry. There we go. Go take that away. So, New Beginnings has gone. I'm so sorry for that. So that has gone. Okay, so we've still got our post box remaining. It's the only stencil out of 6. Lucy, what's going on? It's busy. I'm going to talk to you about stencil medium. So we've got our stencil dimensions here. It is a pick and mix. Now, always popular. You see Lucy working with this time and time again. Get the right mediums to get those effects. You've seen the design team have shown you some beautiful inspirations if you want to really do them justice. Ones to point out, the translucent for techniques, and this is something Lucy always loves to share as techniques. That translucent sells out time and time again. We have got it back in stock, but it is always a bestseller. Another popular one is our glossy white, which you have here. So translucent, glossy white. You're picking any 2 for $17.99. And from my own personal experience, one pot lasts a long time because any excess you're scraping back into your pot. Down here, we've got our bronze, which you can see. This is your pearlescent white. So we had gloss white, pearlescent white, and then your translucent, and then you've got your gold. So those are your choices. $17.99 your price, 741231 your item number. So I've used the stencil dimension, and I have to say it's fantastic stuff. It really is very, very good. Okay, now we're going to move on. This is us tidying up. Right, we've got new colours for you. So all of these are brand new colourways. Sweet Poppy stencils. These are your mica powder pick and mix. $11.99 your price. Can we just pause for a moment? And Lucy, I'm going to ask you a question, if that's okay. Because we really need to talk about the quality of your mica. To the point that you actually use it is makeup, right?
Yes. Yeah,
So-
I do.
Yeah.
Both my
It's true.
daughter, my daughter's friends have used it as well.
So tell-
It's a cosmetic grade. And the reason for that is there is no binder inside it. So it was important when we started playing with the heat technique, so with your pearlescence, with all of them, apart from translucent, you can do this. If you paste an image over, if you sprinkle it over with a mica powder, if you use one that's got a binder in, you'll get no bubble. You'll overheat it trying to get this beautiful bubble texture.
Right.
If you do it with ours and with any mica without a binder, then you'll get this lovely bubble and it'll give you a metallic finish to it. It's an amazing technique. And that is on YouTube as well. The butterflies, it's fabulous.
If you look at the reviews, see what people are saying, but genuinely the quality of the mica, and that's what I really wanted to get across, the quality, it is a cosmetic grade quality mica, and I know that Lucy was really conscious to try and bring you the very best she could. No binder in there, so you're getting 6 new colours in the mix. Now you can choose any 3 for $11.99. Is such a great price. So we've got the 6 new colours. You've also got in the mix now these 2 colours that Lucy has brought previously to you before as well. What I would suggest, go onto our website and see the options and pick your favourite 3. But for $11.99 for 3, incredible. 173214 your item number. Now, we need to talk about this, Lucy, because you've brought us glitters before, and it was kind of the Christmas collections. We have never seen these before, but they are beautiful, lovely pastel, summery colours.
They look darker in the pot. They are an iridescent glitter.
Okay.
They're almost like a subtle hint. So if you use a white medium and then sprinkle this over, you'll get a hint of colour.
Yeah.
So it's perfect for babies, perfect for a little bit of subtle snowflakes and things like that. Was one of my demos?
Oh.
Unfortunately not.
You never know.
But it's beautiful, so soft, and they are, again, cosmetic grade.
Yeah.
They're ultra fine as well, or super, super fine.
Yeah.
The only one that is an ultra fine in our collection is the Crystallina in the Christmas range. The rest are satin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely. It's $18.75 your price. You're getting all 5 of those, so you're not options. You are getting all 5, but it gets even better if you are a Freedom member. 727696 your item number, brand new today. What I would say, so we haven't got any reviews for these because obviously you've never seen them before. Now you have seen the Christmas collection, so same principle in the sense that you're getting that wonderful balance between the glitter and the sort of intense mica colour, but we've got reviews for this on our website, 5-star reviews, so it really showcases the quality that you get with Sweet Poppy Stencils. So beautiful colours, and shall I open up the gold real quickly?
Super, super fine, soft as well.
Look at this. It is stunning. Let me just dip my hair so you can see.
You can hardly see the flake, can you?
You really can't. I mean, very, very soft. Satiny fine. So you're getting all 5 parts and they just do justice. I mean, we say Christmas, but you'll be using these all year round. You can see that, that's incredible. Okay, so $18.75 is your price, 388973 your item number. Okay, now we have the essential tool set. What I would say to you is this, and when I first got the stencils, didn't have the set.
Yeah.
And then I quickly thought, because I'd worked with you and I'd seen you work, I thought I need to really get the starter kit because it makes a huge difference. Massive. It really does. And the fact is, so many, I know you've got repeat customers, you've probably already got this set. If not, and if you have just invested in the stencils, please get hold of this set. I'm not trying to upsell it, I just want you to get the most, get that professional finish every time from your stencils. $11.99 your price. The spatula to me made a huge difference, or the spreader I should say, sorry, made a huge difference, and also having that metallic magnetic sheet in there. Then you've got the stencil tape, so these are working with, and you'll notice Lucy has the same technique every time. She'll put the stencil on top of the magnetic sheet, she'll tape down with her stencil tape, and then she'll use her spreader, and that is how you get the most out of it. $11.99, it is definitely worth investing in. 683492 your item number. Okay, so we still have some dies on the show. We've got our tags, so a lot of the time we see beautiful inspirations, the design team showcasing tags. If you want to make your own tags, and they are nested as well, so you can do your matting, your layering with your tag set. Just showing you the difference and how easy it is. So think about the stencils you might have bought on the show today. You might already have other sentiments in the mix as well, but it's just the ability to make your own tags. Stunning. $17.99 is your price. Here's the pillar box as well, the post box. $17.99 your price, 8 dies in total, 107,900 your item number. We have the Christmas tree. So the Christmas tree, the holly tree I should say, apologies, the holly tree, that has sold out in the stencil. Now if you have bought the holly tree as a stencil and you have a die cutting machine, I very, very rarely say you need something, but you kind of do, because you're not going to fussy cut this out. Now, just got to give you a quick update, and we always tell you this, a couple of the stencils, and I do mean a couple, have bounced back for the holly tree. So if you did miss out on the holly tree, so they were in baskets and then it was technical sellout, literally we've got a couple. It's going to be fastest fingers first, so be quick on those. There's your holly tree, but you see the point I'm trying to make is you're not going to fussy cut all that detail out, but the die does all the work for you. So if this is something you know you're going to be using a lot, and it will be when you get this home, the die will be your best friend. $10.99 is your price, 421,429 your item number. What you'll find, and you'll see this here actually, what Lucy will do, she won't bring you hundreds of different dies. Any die she brings on a show, she's very selective in what she does bring with her, and she brings them for a purpose. So we've seen the benefit of the tags, obviously the tree, and the same thing with the snowflake, which actually sold out very early on. So you're not going to fussy cut that out. You're not going to do it. So let the die do all that work for you. If you want to layer up, you've got that wonderful snowflake in the mix. And there, this is an example of the snowflake layered up. Okay, $10.99 is your price if you want to get hold of the snowflake die. So it's same option, so same item number I should say, 421,429, whether you're going to go for the holly tree or the snowflake. We are going to be heading back to Lucy in just a moment for our next demonstration. If you do have any questions, we would love to hear from you as well. studio@hochanda.com. I'm sorry it's been a busy one, and we really did try and ensure we had enough stock to not only last this hour, we were hoping we had enough stock to last the second hour as well. Just very quickly going to show you the website. Lots on our website. So what are you going to be popping into your basket? There is my friend. That is the stencil outlines for Sebastian, that wonderful seahorse, and there you've got lots more. Sebastian die. So I have got Sebastian, the stencil, and again the die, it just for me was a revelation when Lucy started bringing the dies that matched the images. We've also got this is what I was talking about, the 5-star review for the glitter collection. So there's a Christmas glitter collection, and brand new today we have that wonderful summertime satin fine glitter collection too. You ready, Lucy?
Yep. Let's go for it.
Got to apologise to Lucy as well, because all her demonstrations have gone out the window, and the team keep coming up to saying, can you show this? Oh, that's gone. Can you now show this?
Okay.
So thank you, Lucy.
So we've already got one prepped. Let's put it down on time. So all we've done is we've run it through and I've chopped it out.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to go with the
holly tree.
Holly tree. Let's see how long we can do this for.
Okay.
So I've just secured mine down. So this is the easiest way of pasting an image that's been cut out, because we used to say, right, okay, paste it, then chop it out. But what I used to find is, especially when I was at a show, I'd rush and then I'd chop half a tree. So frustrating. So this is the easiest way.
Okay.
So chop your image out first, so you've now got an image. Then you're going to turn your stencil over. Okay, it's important. So you've now got your die and you're going to match up your die. Right. Okay, so you've got about a 1 mil all the way around. So just use your eye and just secure it. So you're not putting lots of tape on there.
No.
All right. Then you're going to get your outline. Okay, your waist. You're then going to slot that over. And again, you're lining it up.
Okay.
So this is a perfect way. If you've used some of our glass microbeads, you cannot die cut glass. You'll crush and you'll damage your machine. So this is the way you do with your glass microbeads.
Yeah.
So you're using stencil tape. You're not using the micropore tape, okay, because what you want is you want to be able to separate it.
Yeah.
So again, we're lining up, and then hold it together, and then straight onto your magnetic sheet.
Okay.
Okay, so when you paste, you're going to paste perfect now. So this stencil, this design, it's an old one. We struggled to keep it in stock, and the die as well. The die only came back in May. So it'd been out of stock since November.
Oh, since November?
Since November, yeah. When we manufacture with dies, we have to really be considerate. They're very expensive to manufacture dies, especially the size of these as well. So we had to really seriously think, did we need to bring it back? And so many people emailed us, and it came back in May.
Well, I'll tell you that with regard to the holly tree die, 60% of the stock has gone. And it does make a difference if you've gone for, and we saw how busy the holly tree stencil was, if you've gone for that stencil and you have a die cutting machine, it really is worth thinking about getting that die, because it will change how you use it.
And it's not a triangle. If you turn over, you can see how detailed all the way around all the berries.
Cutting that out?
You wouldn't do it.
You really wouldn't.
One lady on my team might do it. She's very, very, very good at fussy cutting. Yeah. So I've done this twice, okay? So I've cut one for my top, and then I've sandwiched. So I've got a sandwich between there.
Okay.
So, screen off, I've gone with beautiful glossy white, because it's your crisp titanium white. So you've got a pearl white, and then you've got a glossy white.
Yes.
Okay. So we're loading up again, loading up.
And do you find certain colours, I want to say colours, I'm thinking more the translucent, you'd use for different techniques?
Yeah, if I'm inking on top, a lot of the time I'll use pearlescent, because I like a pearl finish. If I want a bright crisp white, I always go to glossy white. If translucent, it is my go-to or every single time. I just love translucent. I'm not going to worry about that bit. So we're pulling it across, lifting up.
Done.
Okay.
And can we just show how much we're putting back into the pot?
And back in it goes.
You can see that there.
And again, and lifting up. Okay. And that goes
the pots do last a long time.
Oh gosh, they do, yeah. And when you first get your first pot, you'll see it's quite almost set. I won't stir that probably not until the next time I use it. So use it from it is. If you stir it too soon, say the first time you go to use it, it makes it too sloppy.
Okay.
So let's take that off. I've got some on my magnetic sheet, but it's a water base and it'll wipe off.
Okay.
So off again. Now you've got to remember that the paste is a glue, so it's sticking, it's stuck into that cardstock now. So you're going to try and gently, if I can get it, lovely.
Perfect.
Straight into water. So have a little bowl of water. You haven't got time to run off to the kitchen, because you've got to get your glitter on this straight away. So pop that to one side. I'll clean that off after.
Nice.
So Crystallina, and then on we go.
So you're saying the Crystallina is the only one you make that isn't
ultra fine? Yeah. The rest are all satin grade, and we have to send off for those to be extra fine. Most companies will ask for an ultra fine. We want it even smoother, because you get a good coverage then. So you will separate that. So take your tape off. I found that if I left that on, where I may get paste on the edges, it sticks to it. Okay, and then it starts pulling the image. So you'll just separate that and then put that to dry.
Okay.
So pop that to one side. And pop that to one side. I'll pop that later. So all I've done is I've added a few berries. Not OTT. I'm not into the OTT of berries and things like that.
It's nice, have a little accent point.
Yeah. Just a little hint of Christmas. So we've cut out a tag die. Okay. Now I don't cut out the tag for my base, because I think it's too small for me. It's personal preference. All I do is I tend to chop my card, lay my biggest tag up, and then I snip the corners. So I get a nice big tag base.